The Legacy Sports Network presents the 2024 UIL Texas High School Football Playoffs. Today's playoff game is brought to you by Texan Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram GMC Buick. We hear you. Also brought to you by Top Dog Fireworks. Say it with a boom. By Hotze Health and Wellness Center, transforming lives naturally. By Challenge Office Products, answering your call for dependable service since 1988. And by Mr. Electric, we've got the power to make things better. Now, it's time to go to the stadium.
Hello everyone, and welcome into the home of the Houston Texans in RG Stadium for today's 5A Division II Regional Finals matchup between the Iowa Colony Pioneers and the Richmond Randle Lions. I'm Evan Geiger, and joining me in the booth today is Mr. Ken Moore. Are you ready for this huge game, Mr. Moore?
Man, this should be a great ball game today. Two division rivals that are going to square off for the second time this season in a rematch.
Yes, sir. We both know this is not only a huge game, but also a just rematch, as you said. September 26th is when they played. 30-10, Randle won that one, putting them in the driver's seat of their district. Randle has been incredibly dominant all year, but Iowa Colony did some things in that game to give me some hope that they can make this a competitive game. Coach Garza and Iowa Colony have been on a roll since that game, winning 8 straight, including playoff wins over Ellison, Pflugerville, and Fort Bend Marshall. Offensively, Iowa Colony has been humming right along. They averaged 376 yards of offense and 41 points per game this year. Sophomore quarterback Carson White is a major part of the offense. Nearly 2,000 passing yards in the district, leading 29 touchdowns this year. White has added another 755 yards and a second best in the district, 17 rushing touchdowns. Junior running back Aaron Tenner has paced the backfield during the playoffs. He's averaged 135 yards per game and 4 touchdowns during the playoffs. Junior receiver Jaden Warren has been a big play threat through the entire playoffs with 5 touchdowns in 3 games. 2 of those touchdowns were over 90 yards. Warren's 14 receiving touchdowns lead the district.
Yeah, it has been an offensive explosion for Iowa Colony over the past couple of weeks. But of course, tonight they were going up against the #1 defense in the area in the Randle Lions, a team that only gives up about 12 yards per game rushing the football. This is a team that has forced 30 turnovers on the season. It's going to be a tough task for the Pioneers to try to knock off the Randle Lions here tonight.
You're absolutely right. Now, defensively, Iowa Colony has been amazing at keeping opponents out of the end zone. The Randle team being the only team that scored more than 21 points against them. Senior safety Chandler Love leads the district. He has 130 tackles, which is 36 more tackles than his own teammates who are second and third in the district. Senior linebacker Hayden Caston has 94 tackles. That's good for second in the district. His 18 TFLs and 6 sacks plus 3 interceptions have made him a great asset to this team. You'll hear his name a lot. And senior linebacker Adrian Porter Jr. is right behind Caston with 88 tackles and 5 sacks of his own.
Yeah, and they're going to have a tough task this afternoon. They're trying to slow down Landon Williams-Callis, the District 9-5A MVP as a freshman and the odds-on leader to win District MVP as a sophomore as well. He ran for over 1,900 yards last year. He has over 1,800 yards this year, but last week was a bit of a struggle against Brenham. He only ran for 107 yards in that ball game as Brenham's defense really keyed on him. It'll be up to this offensive line to get that running game back on track for Randle here tonight.
Yeah, Coach Randle and this Lions team have put together their best season ever with a 13-0 record so far. They have an average margin of victory of 48 points per game. They got huge playoff wins over Belton, Elgin, and then a closer win, as you mentioned, against Brenham last week, which we were there for. They've got them to NRG to face a familiar foe now. The Randle offense has one thing in mind, and that is running the ball. 64% of their 463 yards per game come on the ground. Junior quarterback Tyler Skrabonic has done a fantastic job running the offense and taking care of the ball. He's got 22 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions, but Skrabonic only attempts 13 passes per game. Sophomore running back Landon Williams-Callis is the reigning district MVP and will likely win the award again with twice as many rushing yards as anyone else in the district. He's got 43 total touchdowns on 11 yards per carry. Senior receiver Sean Smith is an explosive athlete who had a back-breaking 90-yard punt return touchdown last week against Brenham. Some names to keep an eye on.
Yeah, and it should be a great one. As you mentioned, Skrbanek, the quarterback, last week, they say he averages only 13 yards per game, or 13 passes per game. Last week, he only needed to pass the ball 7 times, 5 of 7 for 151 yards. But the big one was the game-clinching 73-yard touchdown to Williams-Callis out of the backfield after Brenham had closed that to a 21-14 ball game. Got that big 73-yard touchdown midway through the fourth quarter to spread that game open and lead the Randle Lions here to the state regional final here this afternoon at NRG.
Yeah, a lot of the attention has gone to Landon Williams-Callis, but Randle's defense might be the most impressive aspect of the team. Absolutely shutting down opponents. They've only allowed 7 points and 19 rushing yards per game. In fact, 55% of the rushing yards Randle has allowed this season have come in the one game they played Iowa Colony. Over half the yards they've allowed rushing. The other 12 teams they've played have only averaged 9 rushing yards per game. Randle has looked slightly human in defense of the pass. They allowed 252 passing yards and 2 touchdowns last week against Brenham. Senior defensive lineman Chase Sims, who's committed to A&M, has amassed 78 tackles. He has a district-leading 24 TFLs, 9 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles. That's a big name there. Junior Kerry Spires, the 4th, leads the district with 11 sacks, and senior Sherrod Rivas and Blake Thompson have both picked off at least 5 passes and are likely to play a big part in this game, guarding against the passing attack of Iowa Colony and Carson White. Yeah,
it should be a really good ball game here today. 2 teams that are very familiar with each other, so I expect a tight ball game here today.
We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll hear from our head coaches and get Ken Moore's keys to victory. Stay tuned for the regional finals between Iowa Colony and Richmond Randle here at NRG Stadium on the Legacy Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Dr. Steve Hotze. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you fed up with your doctor giving you drugs simply to mask your symptoms rather than treating the cause? As you age, I believe you should be brimming with energy, vitality, and enthusiasm for life. The Hotze Health and Wellness Center treats individuals from all over the country and world in an environment of extraordinary hospitality. We specialize in the treatment of allergies, yeast, replenishing natural hormones, vitamin and mineral supplementation, and a healthy eating lifestyle, all of which boost your immune system, increase your energy level, and your health span. If you'd like to obtain and maintain health and wellness naturally without pharmaceutical drugs, then contact one of our wellness consultants today at 281-698-8698 or visit HotzeHWC.com and request a free copy of my best-selling book, Hormones, Health, and Happiness.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the UIL, are the 825,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Texas. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible, because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Evan Geiger here with Iowa Colony head coach Ray Garza. Coach, Fort Bend Marshall gave y'all a pretty good fight in this building last week, but your team came out on top. What are your thoughts on your team's performance from last week?
You know, I thought it was a great win, great team win. Our kids came out fired up, ready to go. They came out and we're all firing all cylinders. Fort Worth Marshall, a great team, a lot of great players. Coach Williams does a great job with that team, and of course they fought back. And it was a back and forth game for a while, but our kids stayed the course and kept competing and came out with the win here at NRG, which was the first in school history to play here and to get a win here.
Yes, sir. That was a great game. Coach, not many high school teams get to play in an NFL stadium 2 weeks in a row. How's your team feeling ahead of this big fourth-round matchup?
I mean, it's definitely a great experience for our kids and our community. So, obviously we want them to live it up and to soak it all in because they've earned a right to be in here and to be in this stadium, home stadium for all of our kids. So, such a great experience for them and such a great experience for our community.
Yes, sir. What can we expect to see from this Randle team today?
They've got a lot of really good players on both sides of the ball. They're a well-coached team. They've got a lot of team speed. They're aggressive on defense. So, they're a great team. They're undefeated for a reason. So, it's going to be a big task for us. We're going to come out, match that aggression and then, give it our all to come out with the victory tonight.
Yes, sir. Last question, Coach. Your team fell 30-10 the last time you met, but that was a 10-3 game late in the third quarter. I don't think the score really tells the story there. What areas of the game does your team need to improve upon to come out of here with a win today?
Our kids have to stay the course. They've got to do their 111th. They got to do their job on offense, defense, special teams, and at the end of the day, they got to keep competing until there's no more time on the clock.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Evan Geiger here with Randle head coach Brian Randle. Coach, how is your team feeling about being in the fourth round of the playoffs and to be playing in the NFL stadium?
We don't want to bump our head. Like our whole battle cry this week has been remember the Alamo. Third round last year, we beat Huntsville convincingly during the season, and then we went out here and lost when it mattered. So same kind of situation, same exact setup. Stakes are high. We just got to make sure we go out here and execute and take care of business.
Yeah, Coach, what are your thoughts on your team's performance from last week against a real tough Brenham team?
Disappointed. I think that we left. Well, I don't think I know. I know we left a lot of money out there. I guess if you can play a bad game and still pull it off, then you're doing something right.
Well, this is obviously a district rematch. Your team has the advantage. Y'all won 30-10 in the last meeting. But what's the message to your team ahead of this game against a familiar foe?
Just that. Just like I said, remember the Alamo. So it's been remember Huntsville. That's all we've talked about, saying that we've taken care of business once before. We know what they're going to do. They're going to probably do a couple things a little different. I mean, they left some points out on the field last time we played them, but so did we. So we just got to go out there and be physical, do what we do. Randle can't be Randle and be okay.
I hate to be cliche, but I have to ask about Landon Williams-Callis. He's put up some insane numbers of running the ball this year, and the defense has been insanely stingy. Y'all only allow 19 rushing yards per game. How did you and your staff build a team that is just so dominant in the trenches in just 3 short seasons?
I mean, honestly, it's high school football, so sometimes we overthink things. If you keep it simple, stupid, and just work your fit defensively, you'll be fine. You just got to make sure you're where you're supposed to do and you're doing your job when you get there. That's the biggest thing. Landon is blessed, man. Landon's been on this planet before. He's been touched by the good Lord, and he's just one of those kids he's fun to be around, and it's unique. It's unique. I've spent 11 years in A-Leaf, so I've been around a ton of talent. Got 4 boys in the NFL that I coached before, and none of those kids are anything like this kid. Like, he's just different, man. Different.
You think he's going to win district MVP again?
Yeah. Well, here's the scary thing. And what people don't realize, the poor kid only plays a half.
Yep.
He only plays a half a game.
Yep.
That's it. And he's putting up those kind of numbers in a half. Just think if he played an entire game.
His numbers would be insane. My last question for you, despite your team winning by 20 points during the last matchup, Iowa Colony's probably the best team you've placed thus far. It would either be them or Brennan. What can you tell us about the Pioneers?
Man, they're loaded. They're loaded with talent. That receiver room is nothing but Division I kids. That quarterback is truly, truly special. He's gifted. He's got great legs, great arm. I mean, they're very well coached. They're a hell of a football team. And if you look at it on paper, I mean, they have more Division I players than we have. So, but that's why you line up and play the game. You got to execute. You got to execute and hit people in the mouth. So we'll just see. We'll see.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
All right. Welcome back into NRG Stadium.
Randle, your visitors call
Teams
it.
are at midfield for the coin toss.
Randle has won the toss.
Evan Geiger and Ken Moore. Randle
Has
wins the
deferred
toss.
Robson in the second half. Iowa Colony.
Iowa Colony will
We'll be
start with the
receiving.
football.
Good
Iowa
luck tonight,
Colony
guys.
has the green and black jerseys on. It's black with green stripes, the black pants, the black helmet. Randle going with the real clean white tops, black pants, and black helmet. So we'll be able to see the numbers pretty easily. The numbers for Iowa Colony, white on that black background and black numbers on the white background for Randle. So that is, we're thankful for that.
Especially since we're perched high atop the 8th floor of NRG Stadium for this one. And looks like the Pioneers will be going from left to right as you listen here in the first half.
Yes. Jaden Warren had a 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown against Marshall to really kind of put them ahead and almost ice the game last week in this building 8 days ago. Keys to victory.
Yeah, the keys coming up for this game for Randle, they have to be patient. They think that they have the better ball club, but they want to exhibit some patience, and they want to force turnovers. They have forced 30 turnovers this season, so they want to put the ball on the ground for Iowa Colony. As for the Pioneers, they want to avoid explosive plays to the Lions, and they have to protect the rock.
The opening kickoff is caught at the 4. It's tipped. Oh, they flip it to Warren. Warren down the right sideline. He's at the 35. He's got a host of blockers. He's at the 50 and out of bounds at the 47 of Randle. Miles got the kickoff at the 4, ran to the left side and tossed it to Warren, and it worked out beautifully.
Great opening call by Coach Garza. Little dipsy-do on the opening kickoff, and then executed perfectly down this near sideline. He had a nice wall set up by his blockers, able to get into Randle territory to begin this ball game all the way down to the 46-yard line of the Lions.
They will take over at the 46. Good opening situation for Iowa Colony. The motion hill over. Now it's going to be a handoff to Tenner. Tenner immediately hit. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he gets slung down. A gain of about 2 yards. Tackle was made by Tayshawn Williams.
Tenner, the third leading ball carrier in District 9-5A. 140 carries on the season, 888 yards, and 7 touchdowns.
Tenner had 212 yards on 18 carries and 3 touchdowns against Pflugerville. They'll start with a diamond formation way on the far side. A screen thrown there. Low throw, but it's caught by Tenner. Tenner with a host of blockers in front of him will pick up a first down and then some. A gain of about 13 yards moves him up to the 30.
Great job getting the ball out to Tenner in space. In an earlier matchup this season against Randle, Tenner had 18 carries for 74 yards. That time he gets a big play in the passing game.
1st and 10 from the 30-yard line of Randle. Shotgun snap, handoff to Tenner. Tenner's got a nice little hole, but it closes quickly, just 2 yards. The D-line for Randle so good. Chase Sims committed to Texas A&M. And LeJalen Miller, another big part of that defensive line. Chase Sims had the tackle there. 2nd down and 8.
Well, for offensive coordinator Greg Bennett, it's all about being patient with the running game. You may not get a lot of yards, but you have to continue to pound the rock inside.
White looking to pass, looking deep. Oh, now he's going to take off and run. Running away from the defensive line. He's tackled up around the head at the 24-yard line by about 5 Lions. Looks like Jalen Miller was there.
Good pursuit that time by that Randle defense. Looked like White would have some time, some additional yardage there. Big dual threat quarterback. Last week against Fort Bend, Marshall had 125 yards rushing on the ground on 19 carries.
It's 3rd and 4. They'll line up in the diamond formation again. 1 receiver out to the right side, 4 to the left. Empty set, and a timeout will be called by Randle with 9:43 to go here in the first. 0-0 the score. Let's keep it right here at NRG Stadium. Evan Geiger and Ken Moore.
Well, a big return by Jaden Warren got the Pioneers in the great field position. Now they're facing a big 3rd down here as they approach the red zone area And this may be 4-down territory depending on what they do here on this 3rd and 4.
Tell you about United Community Credit Union. Be United. Visit unitedccu.com for membership information. Join today. United Community Credit Union. Both teams breaking the huddle here. Get connected with the Legacy Sports Network by checking out our social media pages. On Facebook, you can find us at LSN Sports. On X, we are at Legacy Sportsnet, and on Instagram, we are Legacy Sports Network. Building a legacy one game at a time. Use hashtag Building a Legacy. 3rd down and 4, big spot here. They'll line up in the diamond formation. Again, one receiver to the right side is Warren. Empty set for Carson White. Shotgun snap. Throws a screen out there again, and it's high. A flag comes in. They blow the play dead. The throw to Tenor on the same play they ran earlier was way high.
Number 19 offense. 5-yard penalty.
False start on Ian Hill.
Yeah, one of the receivers at the top of the formation in that diamond formation jumped too soon, and that was Ian Hill, so that's going to cost them 5 yards, and that changes the complexity of the play. You go from 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 9. Now this allows that Randle Lion defense to pin its ears back. We'll see if they bring pressure. They're only showing a 3-man front.
3rd and 9, White looking to pass, looking deep, looking for Warren, and overthrown, incomplete. Flag is in the backfield. See what the call is.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Defense number 59. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Chase Sims. First down. Chase Sims, the A&M commit, with a big mistake there. Instead of getting the defense off the field, it'll be 1st down inside the red zone for Iowa Colony here on the opening possession of this ball game.
Wow, huge penalty against Sims to give the Pioneers a 1st down inside the red zone now.
Trips to the left. This is going to be a handoff to Tenor. Tenor's got a hole. Tenor to the 5. Oh, he shrugs off a tackle and falls at the 3. A great run by Tenor, and it's going to be 1st and goal.
12-yard run right up the middle. Good interior blocking by that offensive line. Tenor didn't get touched, and then he was down near the 5-yard line. Great touchdown saving tackle by Sebastian Garza, but it's going to be 1st and goal. They're going to mark him at the 3.
Eric Mosley III is in the ball game. He has not played in the first 3 games of the playoffs. A deep ball to Jacody Miles in the corner of the end zone and over his head. Incomplete.
Yeah, they had Miles wide open in the corner of the end zone on a corner flag route. Had 3 steps on the defender, just too much on the throw by Carson White. He'd love to have that one back.
White has been so good this year, but I can't tell you how many times in the last 4 weeks I've seen him miss a guy in the end zone. A lot of points left on the board. They have done great this far. 2nd and goal from the 3. Run it back on each hip. The motion receiver over to the right side and back again. It's Miles. White will run it himself. White into the end zone. A 3-yard touchdown run for Carson White.
When they put the receiver in motion so that they can recognize that it was man-to-man coverage. And with the man-to-man coverage, that left no one on the quarterback once he got to the 2nd level, just a quarterback keeper, and White able to punch it in as Iowa Colony strikes first.
Andy Cruz nails the extra point. It's 7-0 here. Iowa Colony comes out swinging against the Randle Lions at NRG. We'll take a quick break and be right back here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Legacy Sports Network, now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting excellence. We are your home for local high school sports coverage. Expect excellent audio and video production. Whether you're listening at home or at the game, find us at lsnsports.com. Legacy Sports Network, building a legacy one game at a time.
Evan Geiger and Ken Moore here from NRG Stadium. 9:03 to go in the first. Iowa Colony will kick it away to Randle after the 3-yard touchdown run by Carson White.
Yeah, that was a 7-play, 46-yard drive. Took nearly 6 minutes off the clock, or excuse me, nearly 3 minutes off the clock as Iowa Colony strikes first. Randle down 7-zip.
So Cruz will line up to kick it away. Sean Smith was a really big factor in the return game last week against Brenham. Kick is away. Landon Williams-Callis is going to be the deep guy, but he'll come up to block. And that looks like Sincere Timpson, who slipped and fell at the 12.
Well, Sincere Timpson, back from injury this week, did not play in the ball game last week against Brenham. And on the opening kickoff for the Lions, he slips and falls at the 12-yard line. So Randle will start deep in their own territory.
12-yard line indeed, moving from right to left. Back there in the backfield with Landon Williams-Callis is the quarterback. Skrabonic. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Callis on the right hip of Skrabonic. Shotgun snap, looking to pass. Pump fake, now looking for a deep ball. Has a man wide open. Hits him in the hands, and he runs out of bounds at the 40. That's DeCorian Rubin.
And that was a great pump and go on the outside. He just could not keep his balance to stay in bounds after the catch. Otherwise, that would have been an 88-yard house call. Instead, it's a 38-yard first down.
Jarvis Solomon got burned there a bit on the pump fake. This is a handoff to Landon Williams-Callis. He reverses field. Hayden Caston trying to run him down, and he'll get knocked out of bounds by Solomon at the 45. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Good job rallying to the football, forcing him out of bounds by Hayden Caston as well as Jarvis Solomon.
Caston, a really, really good player on the defense for Iowa Colony. More of a tight formation here on 2nd down and 5. Skrabonic hands off to Callis up the middle. Callis breaks a tackle and will motor his way over the first down marker. Needed 5, got 6. A really nice run by Landon Williams-Callis.
Iowa Colony going with, Randle going with a little bit of tempo here.
This will be a new quarterback, Keelan Sweeney. Sweeney will come to the ball game, and they will line up in an empty formation. He is the running quarterback. Skrabonic is the passing quarterback. So 3 to the right, 2 to the left. He'll likely take a shotgun snap and run. No, he throws it. Little screen pass there. It's Sean Smith, and Sean Smith will make the catch and get out of bounds around the 42-yard line.
Yeah, so breaking a little tendency there. Coach Brian Randle, he put Sweeney in instead of running the football with him. Just a quick little screen pass, able to pick up some nice yardage, picks up 8 to set up a 2nd and short.
Garner, the second, had the tackle on Sean Smith. 2nd down and 2 from the 41. They need to get to the 39 of Iowa Colony for a first down. Trips to the right, they'll motion a tight end over to the right side of the line. Now motion a receiver over to the left side, hand off to Callis. And Williams-Callis picks up the first down easily. Needed 2, got 4. Ball's at the 37, 1st and 10, Randle.
That's just that great lower body strength by Williams-Callis. Getting low and driving those legs through defenders, able to fall forward and pick up that first down.
Randle with a really nice drive to answer Iowa Colony. 7:52 to go. Iowa Colony leads 7-0. Running back on each hip for Skrabonic. He'll hand off to Williams-Callis going right side, and a host of defenders will bring him down after no gain.
Well, Iowa Colony obviously looked at the film last week of what Brenham did to slow down Williams-Callis in the running game. 26 carries for 107 yards and 1 touchdown for Williams-Callis on the ground last week, as Brenham really did a nice job bottling him up and not let him get those long, explosive runs.
Michael Howard Jr., number 91, the D lineman, did a great job tackling Williams-Callis before he could get any gain there. And this is going to be a throw from Skrabonic. Fires it up and incomplete. A wobbler. Barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Nowhere near a receiver. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, good job confusing the quarterback that time by that Pioneer defense. They run a 3-4 defense, 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers, playing man-to-man in the secondary.
The ruling on the field is intentional grounding by the offense. 5 foul, loss of down.
I didn't think that it got near or it did get near the line of scrimmage, so I'm not sure if that's part of the call just because there was no receiver in the area, but it'll be a loss of down and a long 3rd down now. Ball is spotted at the 44. They need to get all the way up to the 27 of Iowa Colony, which makes it 3rd and 17.
Yeah, he wasn't under intense pressure. I think it was a misread, and the ball just went so far out of bounds, the officials threw the penalty marker.
Skrabonic in the pistol, hands off. No, it's a play action. Fires one deep, and an interception! That's Garner, the 3rd. Garner still running, evading tacklers, now going backwards. He's at the 50, and finally tackled at the 43. Jeremy Garner, the 2nd.
Well, that pass, he was looking to go deep downfield to Sean Smith off the play fake. The ball was woefully underthrown. Great play by Jeremy Garner to pick it off, and a nice return. And once again, Iowa Colony will set up shop in Randle territory.
6:49 to go here in the first quarter. Iowa Colony leads 7-0. They have the ball at the 43 after a 27-yard return by Jeremy Garner, the 2nd. They'll line up in the shotgun motion. Martin Jr. White's going to take off and run. He's got blockers. And he's going to stumble his way past the 1st down marker up to the 31. They'll mark him at the 33, in fact, although I don't necessarily agree with the spot. His butt landed at the 31. To me, that's where he should be marked. But 1st and 10 nonetheless at the 33-yard line. 10-yard pickup by White. Hill will motion over and then back again. White will hand off to the running back. I believe that's Mosley in there. His first carry in quite some time. 3-yard gain. Makes it 2nd and 7. I tell you what, Ken, when I was about to cover Iowa Colony for the first time, I went and I looked at the stats, and Mosley was their leading rusher. That's the first carry I've seen from him the entire playoffs in round 4.
You mentioned Mosley on the season, 565 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns, averages nearly 8 yards per carry.
2nd and 7. Tenner's in the backfield. This time it goes to Tenner. Tenner hit immediately at the line of scrimmage. Looks like he picked up 1 yard before he was driven backwards. Of course, Chase Sims was in there. He is a menace.
It looks like Ryan Mallory was also in there, number 11, to make that stop. So it's going to be 3rd and long now for the Pioneers. See what they dial up here. Look for the legs of the quarterback, Carson White. He's very dangerous keeping the football in this situation.
3rd and 7 from the 30. Dropping back to pass is White. White's going to take off and run. No, he's going to throw it. Hits Antoine Martin Jr. near the sideline. He cuts it up and splits a couple of defenders down to the 14. It looked like White was going to take off and run, and he threw off his back foot. A 1st down, spotted at the 14-yard line of Randle.
Big 3rd down conversion for the Pioneers. And right now, the Randle Lions in the danger zone as they're staring down the gun of this Iowa Colony offense that has been able to move the ball without resistance here in the first quarter.
1st and 10 from the 14. They motion Martin over, looking to pass. White slings it and incomplete. A couple of guys there possibly to receive it was Aiden Starling and Jacody Miles, but went between them both. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 14. And Ken, I got to say, this Randle team is so dominant, but if they had a weakness, I would say it would be defending the pass.
Well, yeah, we know their run defense is stout, so most teams are behind in ball games, which forces them to throw, and of course puts the secondary to work more often than not.
Favorable matchup here on the left side of the field, looking to pass. White will toss it out to Tenor. Tenor, a nice juke move, made a man miss, and he is walloped at the 6-yard line. A huge tackle by Sherrod Rivas.
Well, Tenor was one-on-one with Jalen Burton, and he put a move on Burton and was able to get to the second level. And again, just spreading out this Randle defense and allowing these skill position players with speed to get in space and utilize their athletic ability.
This will be 3rd and 2 from the 6-yard line. They need to get up to the 4 for a first down, obviously 6 yards away. They're going to line up in a tush push, and that looks like they jumped off sides.
Got him. The hard count by Carson White got the Randle Lions to jump.
That's textbook there, Ken.
Perfect.
Offsides, 40 defense, with contact. After this goal, results in the first down.
Cameron Hypolite with the infraction. Ball spotted at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal. Iowa Colony trying to take a 2-touchdown lead, trying to score more points than they did the entire game the last time they played. And there are 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 1st and goal from the 3. White in the shotgun. 2 receivers, White. They'll motion another receiver over right. That's Warren. White rolls out right, looking to pass. He's just going to cut up and run, and he's going to get tackled at the 3. A flag will fly in. Look like no gain. We'll see what the flag is.
Man, if he was able to look up, he had a receiver wide open in the back of the end zone.
Number 56 offense. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
A holding call on Chukwuemeka Tazy moves him back 10 yards. And that's going to make this a lot tougher to convert with a touchdown here.
And that holding penalty was way behind the play. The play was rolling out to the right over here to the near sideline. The penalty was all the way back on the left side hash mark, about 20 yards away from the play.
Infraction there committed by the center. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, running back on each hip of White. 1st and goal for the 13. Oh, an interception! He just threw it right to a Randle defender. He's pushed out of bounds. That was Ryan Mallory, just sitting right there in the zone, and it hit him dead in the hands.
Well, Carson White did not recognize that Randle dropped back into zone coverage. Mallory, the linebacker, it was an inside slant between the corner and the safety. He did not see. He did not see the linebacker Mallory drop back into coverage. Threw it right between the 1 and the 1.
Ken, if Iowa Colony loses this game, that's going to be a play they're going to want back. That's a backbreaker there. Could have went up 14-0. 3 minutes and 13 seconds left, and Randle takes over at the 29, their own 29. After Mallory's return. This is going to be a toss to Sean Smith on an in around, and he could be drugged down from behind the line by Chandler Love, a TFL.
So back-to-back interceptions by both quarterbacks in this ball game. Still a 7-zip deficit. Randle trailing in this ball game, and I don't think they've trailed in a ball game all year.
No, probably not. I can't remember a time. If they did, it would have been against Iowa Colony, because I think Iowa Colony might have kicked a field goal to start the game and went up 3-0, but I could be wrong. Ball at the 27, 2nd and 12. 2.5 minutes to go. Iowa Colony up by 7 points, 7-0. Trips to the left. Landon Williams, Callis on the right hip. They'll motion Sean Smith over, and they'll blow the play dead. It's a timeout by Randle. Randle has used 2 of their 3 timeouts here in the first half.
First charge timeout.
With 2:24 to go, we'll take a quick break here on Legacy Sports Network.
We've got the power to make things right. Mr. Electric will show you the light.
Looking for electrical help you can count on? Switch to Mr. Electric. We have some of the best trained electricians in the business, and they're ready to help you with any project, big or small. Best of all, with Mr. Electric, our work is 100% guaranteed. That's why so many people trust Mr. Electric.
We've got the power to make things better. Mr. Electric.
2 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Iowa Colony leads Randle 7-0. Randle has the ball, 2nd and 12 from their own 27. Empty formation, and Sweeney is the quarterback in the backfield. The motion, Landon Williams-Callis over to the right side. They now have 4 receivers there. Sweeney's going to take off and run, and he has tackled a good run fit there. The tackle was made by Henry Kalu.
That was a great job by Kalu to come up and make that stop for a short gain. Force Iowa Colony, force Randle into a 3rd and long situation here.
It'll be 3rd and 9. Skrabonic will be back in at quarterback. When Sweeney's not playing quarterback, he does play receiver. So still in there, but Skrabonic in the backfield. Trips to the right, one to the left. Williams-Callis on the right hip. Skrabonic going to roll out right, looking for somewhere to throw it. And he's going to take a big sack. Oh, man. Michael Howard Jr. and Chris Johnson, the Baylor commit, bring him down for a big loss.
There's a penalty marker back where the sack took place. You wonder if this is going to be against Iowa Colony. Maybe a face mask or roughing the passer, I'm not sure.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 90 defense. In the quarterback while he's on the ground. 15-yard penalty results in the first down.
That is something you cannot do against a team like Randle. Chris Johnson, the Baylor commit, with a great play to sack the quarterback, but just unable to hold off, and a first down for Randle after what would have been Iowa Colony's ball. The mistakes for Iowa Colony compounding here.
Yeah, that's almost like a turnover. I mean, that is the equivalent of a turnover, because you're going to get the ball back probably in really good field position, but now Randle will scrimmage from its own 39 with a new set of downs.
Lack of discipline there. 1st and 10 from the 39, their own 39, with 1:38 to go. Clock is rolling. Be near about 1:25 before the next snap. Sweeney is in the backfield. Landon Williams-Callis on his right hip. Sweeney is going to hand off to Williams-Callis, who runs right into a wall of both blockers and defenders. He'll gain 2 yards, 2nd and 8.
Good job up front by this 3-4 defense of Iowa Colony.
That was Henry Kalu again on the tackle. Kalu has been a really big part of this team. Probably doesn't get his name called quite as much as some of the other guys, but a really good player for Iowa Colony. Both teams are just so loaded.
No doubt.
2nd and 8, and Sweeney will hand off to Williams-Callis. No, he fakes it. Now looking for a deep ball, has a man wide open, and overthrows him. Was looking for DeCorian Rubin deep at the 20, about a 50-yard pass. Solomon was there in coverage, and it falls incomplete off the fingertips of Rubin.
They put a lot of air under that football. That allowed the defender to recover and get back and knock that football away. Great job by Jarvis Solomon, not giving up on the play and getting back there to knock it down.
Number 73 offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Holding there moves them back even further.
A lot of mistakes early in this ball game. That's 4 penalties against Randle for 35 yards. Iowa Colony has committed 3 penalties for 30 yards. Both teams have a turnover.
2nd and 18 from the 31. They'll do an end-around toss there. Got room to run. Nice little jump cut, and he falls at the 40. That was Sean Smith, an explosive playmaker, and that gets them right back to the exact same spot they would have been. It'll be 3rd and 9 from the 40.
Yeah, he picks up all of the penalty yardage back. Could have had a little more, but the old turf monster got him around the 40-yard line.
That might be the final play of the first quarter. We'll see if they snap it one more time. 10 seconds left on the game clock here in the first quarter. Looks like they might be trying to get in the jump-off sides. Now with 1 second left, yeah, they're just going to take this to the second quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter.
7-0, Iowa Colony leads it after 1. Both teams have made a few mistakes, but the Pioneers lead. It'll be 3rd and 9 with the ball at the 40-yard line when we come back here on the Legacy Sports Network.
What makes Longhorn steak so legendary? Some say it's our flavor-packed signature seasonings. Some say it's how we pair them with our juicy, tender steaks. And some just say, mmm. Hurry in tonight for Longhorn's legendary flavors. Our new limited-time blackened salmon with our smoky 18-ounce outlaw ribeye and our rich and savory Flo's filet. That's how steak is done. Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
Start of the second quarter here at NRG Stadium, 7-0. Iowa Colony leads Randle, a team that hasn't trailed much this season. Randle has 3rd and 9 from their own 40. Need to get to the 49 for a first down. 2 receivers on each side. Motion one over to the right side. Sweeney's going to hand off to Williams Callis. Oh, a nice looking running play. Landon Williams Callis breaks a couple of tackles. Still on his feet and down now at the 36.
Number 1 offense, helmet came off. Please reset the play clock to 25 seconds. It was total by.
Looked like a counter play there.
That was a big 25-yard run by Williams Callis as he gets to the second level, gets down into plus territory at the 36. Randle with a new set of downs.
Sincere Timpson is in the backfield with Sweeney. Trips to the left, and Sweeney's going to take off and run right side, and he's hit by Henry Kalu, but he breaks a tackle and is finally wrapped up by another defender, Chris Johnson, the Baylor commit, after a gain of a few yards. Ball's now at the 32, 2nd and 6.
So after the interception, Randle putting together a nice, patient drive. They move down to the Iowa Colony 32-yard line.
Sweeney has Deshaun Burton and Landon Williams Callis on each hip. This will go to Landon Williams Callis going right side, and he's going to pick up. Oh, he breaks a tackle near the sideline. It looked like the play was over. He broke off a tackle and then stepped over the defender and picked up an extra couple yards of first down. He would have been about a yard shy. He ended up 2 yards past the marker. A really nice athletic play from Landon Williams Callis.
And you see what make this young man so special. The previous play, he was able to navigate in the open field and show his speed and athleticism. This time on the sideline, he shows his strength and power running through defenders.
Williams Callis in the Wildcat, taking it right side. Breaks a couple of tackles and pushed out at the 15. A late hit there on Williams Callis as he was pushing and shoving with Zeldin Golden. But what they did there was Sweeney lined up in the shotgun was running back on each side. Sweeney went out to the wide receiver position. Williams Callis moved over into the quarterback spot and took a Wildcat snap there. And a first down, ball at the 14.
Randle Lions moving to the red zone for the first time tonight. Looking to tie this ball game at 7.
Sweeney is the quarterback in the backfield. They'll line up in a pistol formation. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, tight end on the right side of the line. This is going to be an option play. Toss out to Williams Callis, and Williams Callis will carry his weight forward to the 10 before he stood up. A pickup of 4 yards.
Good backside pursuit that time, not allowing him to get downhill. Good job by the nose guard, big number 51, Daniel Sweeney, working his way down the line of scrimmage from the backside to make that tackle.
2nd and 6 from the 10-yard line. They need to get to the 4 for a first down. Obviously, 10 yards away from a touchdown here as they're deep into Iowa Colony territory. 10:09 left here in the second quarter. Trailing by a touchdown are the Lions. A full house formation here. Sweeney is going to fake it and go right side. Hits a man in the hands at the 4-yard line, and he's tripped up at the 1 near the end zone. That was Burton. 9-yard catch and first and goal from the half-yard mark.
Great play fake by Sweeney, coming back to the right on a boot. And an excellent throw on the sideline to Burton, who dove for the pylon, came up about a half-yard short, but enough for the first down.
Cedric McClintock checks in. They're going to line up in a straight line with the ball at the half-yard marker. Landon Williams-Callis looking for somewhere to go. They're going to try to line up real quick. Williams-Callis in the Wildcat. And a flag.
False start.
Not good for Randle there.
Timeout. Randle.
Oh, no, a timeout. So Randle used their final timeout here in the first half with 9:23 to go. First and goal from the 1, trailing by a touchdown. They use a timeout.
Yeah, they tried to get a little cute there. They came out in a straight line with all 11 offensive players kind of in an eye, and then they all break towards the line of scrimmage. They had Chance Sims, the all-world defensive player, lined up at kind of the left tight end position, and they were running out of time on the play clock and decided to take a timeout and not risk the 5 yards. Look, you're at the half-yard line. You got the best running back in the state. Just give him the ball and get out of the way. Don't make it too difficult.
Yeah. Chase Sims, you mentioned the Texas A&M commit, a really menacing player. They'll line up in the exact same formation again, this eye. Now the referees will move out of the way. Iowa Colony kind of lines up in their own eye, and now they all motion around. So Landon Williams-Callis right up the middle, and they blow the play dead.
Again, it looks like another false start or either illegal procedure.
They don't have another timeout.
False start. Number 59 offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
And it's Chance Sims again. He did it on the play before. He was saved by a timeout, and he did it again. I mean, far be it from me to tell an undefeated coach how to coach.
Yeah.
But I would just line up and just give the ball to number 1 and let him try to power it in. So now you're looking at a first and goal at the 5.5.
Yep. Full house formation again. They'll motion Sean Smith out, and another flag. Sweeney is furious, and another false start. Wow. Randle shooting themselves in the foot here.
False start. 56 offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Chance Hernandez, the offensive lineman, with the infraction there. Now at the 10.5, first and goal. Randle, a great offense. Obviously, they can still score this, but if they don't, a lot of what ifs. You had first and goal from the half-yard line with the best running back in the state. Full house formation again. Sweeney is the quarterback, and it's going to be an option. They'll toss it out to Williams-Callis, and he will be pushed out of bounds at the 7 or the 8. Looks like the 7. So a 3-yard pickup, second and goal from the 7, 9:15 to go here in the second quarter. Iowa Colony still up 7-0.
13th play of the drive coming up. That began after the Mallory interception back at the Randle Lion 29-yard line.
Once again, this full house formation. They motion Sean Smith out to the left side. It's a handoff to Williams-Callis. Nice jump cut, and he keeps his legs churning up to the 3. He got hit at the 5 by Kalu and drug him for 2 yards. Third and goal from the 3 now.
Yeah, just put that foot in the ground. Nice cut inside. Good defensive play to keep him out of the end zone by Kalu.
They draw up here, 2 shots at the end zone within 3. I'm thinking maybe a negative play and then you go for a field goal. It really depends on how this play works out. Could be 4 down territory. Third and goal from the 3. Sweeney in the full house. He'll hand off, and another option play. He'll keep it himself and spin it into the end zone. He broke a tackle and then used his momentum to go forward. A 3-yard touchdown run by Keelan Sweeney.
Well, it took a while to get there, but Randle finally punches it in with 8:31 to go here in the second quarter, and now they're an extra point away from tying it up.
See an extra point coming here from Christian Mungaya. Snap's good, hold is good, and the kick is up, and it is well good. There is a flag on the play as Mungaya looked like he took a lick. See if this impacts anything. See what the call is. Might be enforced on the kickoff.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker. That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So it will indeed be assessed on the kickoff. 7-7 is the score. 8:31 to go here in the second quarter. Iowa Colony had a chance to take a 14-0 lead. Carson White threw an interception, and that really hurt him. But a 3-yard touchdown run by Keelan Sweeney ties it up here. See Randle kick off from really close. See if they want to get cute here. I think you have less of a chance of something like that backfiring when you're moved up 15 yards.
Yeah, maybe a little pooch kick here or a squib kick. You're kicking from the Iowa Colony 45-yard line. So you have a few options. Trying to pin them deep.
I would expect either like a pooch kick or an attempt to kick it high in the air and hold them within, the 10, 15-yard line.
Yeah, allow those gunners to get downfield.
Mungaya to kick it away, obviously Miles and Warren. And they'll line it up and just kick it deep.
He's just going to kick it through the uprights.
Wow, that's good. A 62-yarder from Mungaya, but doesn't result in any points. Well, I guess we know his range.
Yes. All right, so for Iowa Colony tonight, their third possession, first time that they'll start in their own territory. Their first drives began at the Randle 46. They're able to take it 46 yards in 7 plays for a score. Second drive began at the Randle 43 after an interception, but they threw it right back to the Lions, who just scored on the subsequent possession.
Hand off to Mosley. Mosley picks up 4 yards, going left side. But Jalen Miller was there on the stop. So 2nd and 6. And yeah, Iowa Colony has got to keep their composure. Had a really big chance to just kind of open it up. Did not capitalize. They started both drives, as you mentioned, inside Randle territory. This time, not nearly as good starting field position. 2nd and 7 from the 28. And White looking to pass. Now he takes off and runs, and he's wrapped up and dragged down by Chase Sims. But Jalen Miller also put a lick on him. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Good job by Sims, not allowing a big gain there. So now Randle imploring that home crowd on the far sideline to rise in unison as they need a big 3rd down stop to get their defense off the field.
Ball's at the 32, need to get to the 35, their own 35, that is. Tenner is in the ball game instead of Mosley, who just checked out. The motion Miles back to the right side, and a flag on the play.
It has been a penalty fest here tonight.
Wow.
Foul start. Offense number 56. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
I got to say, Ken, I think that Randle obviously is the favorite in this game, and they can get away with some of the penalties they had. They obviously resulted in a touchdown. Iowa Colony has got to play pretty clean, I think, to beat Randle today.
Yeah, I would agree with you. You can't put yourself in these 3rd and long situations. You had 2 nice gains on 1st and 2nd down to set up a 3rd and short. Now you're looking at a 3rd and long.
3rd and 8 from the 27, need to get to the 35. Carson White rolling out right, looking to pass, finds Warren. Warren with a one-handed catch, and the ball pops out and rolls out of bounds.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. Result will be 4th down.
Wow. It looked like Warren had made a spectacular catch. Just caught it with one hand, and then as he got hit, the ball got jarred loose. Sherrod Rivas put the hit on him, and they call it incomplete.
Yeah, that big hit from Rivas dislodged the football. The officials say he never had true possession, so it's going to be a 3 and out for Iowa Colony. And how big was that 5-yard penalty?
Wow. Andy Cruz the punt. Oh, it's a fake. They run left side, and he's going to be stopped short.
Goodness.
Unbelievable. Zeldin Golden caught the snap and ran left side, only picked up a yard. And Randle takes over, and Iowa Colony cannot do things like that if they're going to win this ball game.
I'm not sure that was on purpose. I think the center just snapped him the ball accidentally because he looked surprised when he got the football. And he just had no choice but to take off and run. I think that was a mistake by the center.
The first couple of drives, Iowa Colony had all the momentum, but they have lost it, and it is swung to Randle in a big way. They will take over at the 27 after the failed fake punt. Oh, that's a false start if I've ever seen one. Sweeney furious. That was as false start as it gets, Ken.
False start. Number 65 offense. 5-yard penalty.
Eugene Gardner, the offensive lineman, with the false start there.
I mean, these are really the type of mistakes you would expect to see in a non-district game in early September, not in a state regional final in early December.
Low snap to Sweeney. He faked the toss, and Sweeney will get dragged down right at the line of scrimmage here. It looks like it'll be 2nd and 15. It was a low snap, and then he tried to fake the toss, but the guy was well past him, so I don't think Iowa Colony bid on it. It's been mostly Sweeney and not really Skrabonic here in the ballgame so far. Empty formation, 3 to the left and 2 to the right here for Randle on 2nd and 15.
Well, remember, Skrabonic got hit hard earlier in the ballgame also.
The screen to Landon Williams-Callis, and he is tackled by Hayden Caston at the shoestrings.
Oh, man. You're talking about being on an island one-on-one with Williams-Callis and making a great stop. Incredible tackle by Caston to bring him down for a short gain.
Caston had to use his wingspan there to get around the stiff arm of Williams-Callis, which is a nasty move. A screen here and a low throw, and he's still up as Sean Smith near the first down marker, past it. I thought the ball hit the ground.
I thought his knee was down.
I would love to see a replay of that here.
Now the officials are going to have a conference.
It looked like his knee was really close to the turf. I don't know if it was down. The throw was really low. I think he scooped it up, but he got past the first down marker, and we'll see if they overturn that call.
Didn't get a chance to see the replay on the big board here.
The was down at the 21-yard line.
It's going to be 4th and 4.
Yeah, they're going to say he's down. And I thought his knee was down back at the where they marked it at the 21 where he caught the football.
Coach Randle not happy about it. Yeah, 4th and 4. They need to get to the 17 of Iowa Colony. Do they kick a field goal or go for it? Looks like they're ready to go for it, and this could be a big momentum swing. No, now they're going to send out Mangaya to kick the field goal. This will be a 38-yarder. 5:22 to go. Clock is rolling. 4th and 4. Tied at 7, and Randle trying to take the lead. Sweeney, play clock down to 3, down to 2. The snap, the kick, and it is up, and it is no good. He missed it left.
Flag, of course.
Is that going to be on Iowa Colony?
They were really close to blocking that kick.
Roughing the kicker. That will result in the first down.
Oh, my Lord. Iowa Colony just cannot get out of their own way. Roughing the kicker gives Randle a first down, and that is just what they needed after missing the kick. Obviously, getting roughed happens after the kick was missed, so you bail them out.
So, at least the second time in this first half that this defense for Iowa Colony would have been off the field. One was on a roughing the passer, gave Randle a new set of downs, and now a roughing the kicker puts the ball at the 10.
Sweeney hands off to Williams-Callis going left side. He'll be stood up at the 9, so a 1-yard gain. Good job by the Iowa Colony defense there. But that's twice. Chris Johnson had the roughing the passer that would have got them off the field after a big sack on 3rd and long. And then that penalty there, 2nd and 8 from the 9. And Williams-Callis slips and falls at the 6. He would have had a touchdown easily.
You know, we talked to Coach Brian Randle before the game, and we asked him about Williams Callis last week and the struggles he had against Brenham. He said in watching the tape, he has to be a little more patient. He's just a sophomore, and sometimes he hits the line too fast. That was a prime example. He had a great cutback lane open, but he hit it too fast and tripped over one of his linemen.
Sweeney rolling right now. He's going to take off and run, and he's going to get a touchdown again. A beautiful juke move on Henry Kalu, and Sweeney ends up in the end zone. He gives a Kamehameha to Decorian Rubin, and Randle's up 13-7 with 4:07 to go. Iowa Colony really just feeling their mistake there.
Well, it was like the Red Sea or Green Sea, if you will, just parted that time for Sweeney to run into the end zone.
Kick is up and good. 14-7 Randle, 4:07 to go. We'll see if Iowa Colony can tie it up before the half when we come back on the Legacy Sports Network.
At McCree Ford, we know you have a lot of choices on where to buy your next vehicle. We have spent over 70 years treating our customers like family, and our mission is still the same, to treat you with honesty, integrity, and respect. Come see us. There is no obligation to buy, and we can walk you through our transparent process. There are no surprises at the end. Plus, McCree Ford customers can take advantage of our free Loaners for Owners program. Come see why our customers say, McCree Ford, that's my dealer. Located on I-45 South, exit 19 in Dickinson, or shop McCreeford.com.
4:07 to go in the second quarter here at NRG Stadium, and Randle leads 14-7 over the Iowa Colony Pioneers. Evan Geiger and Ken Moore, and we'll see Randle kick it away from the 40. See if Iowa Colony can make some magic in the return game like they did to begin the ball game. And Ken, the mistakes for Iowa Colony have just been so detrimental.
Yeah, the penalties on one side, they've had 5 penalties in this ball game. They had an interception deep down in Randle territory that led to points for the Lions. And then, I believe, a missed snap by the punter on the last punt attempt resulted in great field position for Randle as well.
Cody Miles will field the kick in the back of the end zone and take a knee. So Iowa Colony will take over at the 25. 4:07 to go. You know, Ken, I've watched Randle, I've watched Iowa Colony. The teams that Randle has played this year, they have out-physicaled them, they have out-athleted them. That's not happening with Iowa Colony. Iowa Colony's just made mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it was a 30-10 ball game in the game earlier in September, but both of these teams have grown exponentially since then. And we expected a tight ball game tonight, and that's what we have so far here in the first half.
Ball at the 25. White's going to take off and run. A design quarterback run going left side. Oh, he takes a shot from Sherrod Revis after a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3, and Revis just leveled him.
Yeah, you could hear the oohs and ahs from the crowd here at NRG, and that was a big hit just across the 30-yard line. But a nice gain on first down. He's just got to shake off the cobwebs now.
The lineup once again in the diamond formation with 4 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. They got Jaden Warren alone on an island. I'd like to see them take advantage of that. Warren is a freak athlete and has been such an injection of offense for this team. 2nd and 3. Shotgun snap. White looking to pass. Looking deep, looking for Warren. Warren's got his man beat, and he makes the catch at the 37.
Great call, partner. You saw that one-on-one at the top of the screen, and Warren made him pay. You can't leave him on an island. It was one deep safety, and he was at the far hash, did not have enough time to get over and help. Great dime that time by Carson White.
They'll blow the play dead. Man. See what the situation is here.
It looks like it may be an injury.
Ball start. Number 3 offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Antoine Martin Jr. with a false start will make it 1st and 15. Ball at the 45.
Both of these coaches have to be pulling their hair out because these are mental mistakes. These aren't physical penalties. Yeah. These are pre-snap penalties that are absolutely killing both of these ball clubs right now.
We've probably seen, 7 false starts already?
Oh, my goodness.
1st and 15 from the 45. A 37-yard catch by Warren before he scooted out of bounds. White will hand off to Tenor. No, he pulls it out and throws it to Cody Miles, and Miles drops it. Oh, man, Miles had a decent little gain there, and he just couldn't hang on. Miles, a super athletic receiver and return man who's had a little bit of a problem with the drops this playoffs. Those are plays they got to make. 3:11 to go here in the second quarter. Randle up by 7, 14-7 is the tally. 2nd and 15 from the 45 of Randle. And a timeout will be called by Iowa Colony. That is their first of the half.
Iowa Colony. First charge timeout. Full timeout.
We'll take a quick break here on the Legacy Sports Network, and we'll be right back.
To Tachys Fiber Internet, being transparent means locking down pricing and never renegotiating. Giving access to fiber fast speeds for streaming, gaming, and anything else. And customer care reps are literally part of your community. There's no data caps or limits, no fine print, no surprise price increases. So let's raise the industry standard, because you deserve a better way to internet. Sign up today at Tachys.com.
Welcome back into NRG Stadium. 3:11 to go here in the second. 2nd and 15, Iowa Colony trying to come back from down 7 after being up 7-0 to start the game, almost 14-0. 2nd and 15, running back on each hip for White. 2 receivers to the right side. White's going to take off and run. Oh, he's going to split a couple defenders and be dragged down at the 36. About a gain of 8.
A nice call on 2nd and long. Pick up about half of it on that play. So now you got a 3rd and manageable, about 6 yards.
White's going to take off and run on a quarterback run again. Oh, he keeps his footing. Oh, and he stumbles over his own blocker, Martin Jr., but he picks up the first down. Needed 8 yards, got about 18.
Back-to-back running plays. Just quarterback keepers by Carson White. Gets them down near the red zone at the 22 of Iowa Colony.
Whenever the quarterback runs the ball, you have an extra blocker. I really like to see them run the ball with White even more, as they've done so well. White looking to pass, looking deep left, has a man, hits him into the end zone, a touchdown! That's Ian Hill! Oh, man! Hill ran a little inside post near the hash mark, makes the catch, took a shot. And Iowa Colony extra point away from tying it up.
What a great release that time by Ian Hill. Put a move on the corner, able to get a free release. Excellent throw that time by Carson White.
Andy Cruz nails the extra point, and with 2:24 to go in the second quarter, we got a tie ball game here at NRG Stadium. We'll take a very quick break here on the Legacy Sports Network.
It took a lot of sacrifice to be able to own my own home, and I'm gonna keep working hard to maintain it, like, fixing a roof and updating the AC, because my dream is to someday pass this house down to my kids.
At Stellar Bank, we're all about making your dreams a reality. Whether you need a home improvement, a mortgage, or home equity loan, Stellar Bank's lending experts will help find the solution that's right for you. Visit stellar.bank/home to learn more. Stellar Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 451312.
Welcome back into NRG Stadium. Iowa Colony and Randle tied up after a 24-yard touchdown pass by Carson White to Ian Hill. I got to feel good for Ian Hill, Ken, because I've covered them the last 4 weeks, and Hill has made some mistakes like the penalty we saw earlier that sent them backwards, maybe, some frustration mounting, and that's the first touchdown pass I've seen him catch in the playoffs, so good for him.
Great job, great release on that route, excellent timing on that throw to get into the end zone.
Andy Cruz to kick it away. This one will be caught at the 3-yard line, running up the middle and tackled at the 18. The returner there, it's 26, that's Sincere Timpson. It's a bit far away. It's far from where we sit down there, so you got to get a really good angle to see the numbers. 1st and 10 from the 18. 2:19 to go, and Randle probably needs to run at least some clock off if they're not going to march down the field here. Iowa Colony with 2 timeouts, Randle with none. They come out with trips to the left and 1 to the right. Looking to pass. Pump fake, looking deep, now rolling left. Fires it, hits a man, and he's going to break a tackle and pick up a 1st down and pushed out of bounds. That was Cedric McClintock.
That was a great job by Sweeney. He wanted to go deep, realized it wasn't there, was patient and came back underneath to his hot route and was able to make a nice throw.
A gain of 16 on the pass from Sweeney to McClintock. And now Sweeney throws a screen here to Williams-Callis, and he's going to break a couple tackles, still up on his feet, and pushed out of bounds. They got 2 guys, Callis and a blocker on 3 defenders, and Williams-Callis just ran them over and split them. Another 1st down.
Great job by Williams-Callis just to get out of bounds, stop the clock, get that 1st down, keep the chains moving.
Gain of 11, and this is a flag. I'm assuming a false start.
False start. Number 65 offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 1st down.
Another false start on Eugene Gardner will move him back to the 41. The clock stopped at 2:02 after the last couple of receptions resulted in the runner getting out of bounds.
Yeah, by my count, that's 4 false starts against Randle in this 1st half.
Trips to the right, 2 to the left. Empty set for Sweeney. Sweeney looking to pass, and he throws a screen out here, and it's going to hit the turf. He was looking for Sean Smith, so it'll be 2nd and 15. Ball's at the 41. They need to get across midfield to the 44 of Iowa Colony for a 1st down. No timeouts, so they're kind of hurrying up, but a couple of incomplete passes, and then Iowa Colony might have an opportunity with 2 timeouts of their own.
172 total yards here for Randle in the 1st half. 92 on the ground, 80 through the air.
Looking to pass is Sweeney. Now he's going to take off and run. Henry Kalu got a hand on him, but that was it. Sweeney will spin to the 49 where he is stood up and finally dropped. It'll be 3rd and looks like 4. And talk about a balanced attack for Iowa Colony. 80 rushing yards, 80 passing yards. Perfectly balanced.
Doesn't get much better than that from a balance perspective for the Pioneers. But now they need their defense to make a play here. Try to keep this game tied before halftime.
If Thanos was watching this game, he'd be happy. They have offensive linemen out blocking on the edges, just 3 down linemen right now. And Sweeney's going to hand off to Williams-Callis, and Williams-Callis tackled. Wow, so they line up on 3rd and 4 with a offensive lineman out left and an offensive lineman out right, just 3 down linemen, and they still run it up the middle for a 1st down. They're going to line up in the same formation again.
Yeah, 5 defenders in the box against 3 blockers.
And off to Williams-Callis. Williams-Callis drags the tackler down to the 36. It'll be 2nd and 4.
It's almost just like backyard football. You got 2 offensive linemen out to each side with a receiver behind them, a center, and 2 guards.
Now a screen pass here to Skrabonik, the quarterback, looking for a man, and it's knocked away by Sullivan. The intended receiver to Corey and Rubin was wide open, and Sullivan flew in like a heat-seeking missile and knocked it away.
Great job defensively to come up and knock that football away. They tried to set up the little throwback pass, and it was unsuccessful. Great defensively, great job in that secondary stand at home by the Pioneers.
5 down offensive linemen this time. 2 receivers on each side, a little bit of a tighter formation. 3rd and 4. That looked like a false start. A broken play. Sweeney's going to take off and run, and he's going backwards, and Sweeney will lose yardage. He'll lose 4 yards. It'll be 4th and 9. He went out of bounds as well, so 28 seconds to go, and they might have to punt. See what they want to do here. if you don't punt and you have a negative play, Iowa Colony not far from a field goal attempt, and it looks like they will come out to punt.
Yeah, that was just a...
I think they're going to go for it instead. Skrabonic will line up. Sweeney comes off, trips to the right, one to the left. I mean, this could be bad or this could be good. And it looks like Iowa Colony will call a timeout, one they might have been able to use had they got the ball back.
Timeout. Full timeout.
But want to make sure they get this play call right, Ken.
Yeah, so if nothing else, you make Iowa Colony burn one of their 2 remaining timeouts. I can't imagine that they would go for it here on 4th and 9. This may end up being like a pooch kick to try to pin them down deep. But we'll see what Coach Brian Randle decides.
28 seconds to go, 4th and 9, ball at the 41. It looked like all kinds of discombobulation on that play. Sweeney ended up running backwards for a loss of 5 yards. And now they looked ready to go for it on 4th and 9. We'll see if they still are. Iowa Colony. It's so tough to defend Randle because even on 4th and 9, they can line up and run the ball back.
Well, when you got a running back that averages 11 yards a carry, just get him in space.
Trips to the left, one to the right. Skrabonic has Williams Callis on his left hip. Looking to pass. And he'll take the snap. Looking to pass Skrabonic. Looking deep. Has a man. Oh, nearly intercepted, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be Iowa Colony ball. That was Jeremy Garner the second, who almost had a second interception off his hands, and either way they take over. Might have been better, in fact, as might have gained about 9 yards by not catching that one.
Yeah, absolutely better that he didn't intercept it. Get better field position at the 41-yard line. Now you got 23 seconds and 1 timeout to work with to try to get in field goal range.
Andy Cruz is a really trusted kicker by Coach Garza and his staff. And Carson White will come out there. They'll line up in a diamond formation to White's right. Warren one-on-one on the left side. The safety will cheat to Warren's side just a bit. They've got 3 defenders on 4 receivers to the right side. Looking for Warren. Warren will make the catch and get out of bounds. Taking a shot there, but a nice little play, a gain of 8 to Warren. And just 4 seconds come off the clock. 19 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Iowa Colony maybe 20, 30 yards away from field goal range. I would say probably closer to 30. Cruz attempted a 48-yarder in this building last week. So I would say that's near where they're comfortable.
They're playing press coverage on the outside now. Still got one-on-one with Warren at the bottom.
White looking deep for Warren, and Warren goes up and cannot make the catch. I think Iowa Colony had thought that maybe Randle jumped off sides, but no flag. So 14 seconds to go here in the second quarter. 3rd and 2.
You still got that 1 timeout, so you can take a shot across the middle of the field. Try to get in field goal range. You have a lot of options here. You don't necessarily have to go to the sideline.
They need to get probably close to the 30-yard line, currently at the 49. So about 20 yards away from where they need to get for a field goal. And White's going to hand off to Tenner. Tenner going left side. Oh, and he fumbles the ball. Oh, no. Untouched, just fumbled the ball. He ran faster than White could give it to him.
On the field on the fumble, recovered by Randle, first down. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 9 seconds.
Wow, Randle will take over with 9 seconds to go. Ball spotted at the 46 of Iowa Colony. Another mistake.
Absolutely incredible, the mistakes that Iowa Colony are making in this first half. So now Randle will try to get in field goal range or at the Pioneer 47-yard line.
If Iowa Colony loses this game, Coach Garza is going to lose some sleep over some of the mistakes that were made on the field.
They may just take a knee here and say, let's just get out of here.
That's what it looks like.
You never know.
Sweeney will take the snap, and he's going to roll right side. No, they're going to hand off to Timpson going left side, and Timpson will be dragged down at the 38, and that's going to do it because Randle does not have a timeout.
Yeah, it looked a little sneaky there.
I was suspicious.
Is there a flag down?
I don't see one, but the referee's acting like there is some sort of call that might change things.
Officials huddling at midfield.
See if we get an untimed down or what will be the situation here.
Delay game. Offense. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 9 seconds.
Wow. No time ran off, so Randle could attempt something again.
Yeah, so that was a no play, essentially.
5-yard loss.
Another pre-snap penalty against Randle.
Moves
We're going to replay first down.
Moves the ball from the 40. The ball was already at the 47.
Yeah, they need to move it back to the 48 of Randle.
If I'm Iowa Colony, I'm not falling asleep here on a sneak or a kneel.
Cannot fall asleep.
Such explosive athletes on both sides of the ball. Just the simplest, most
The
innocent
officials
plays.
never marked off the 5-yard penalty.
I don't understand how they're getting another play if they didn't move the ball. The ball was already at the 47. This time they kneel it. It doesn't matter, but I don't.
I think that was just a refereeing error. They didn't move it back 5 yards.
Into the first half.
But they take a knee, so it doesn't matter.
That's an oversight that can't happen. But obviously it doesn't come to pass there in any sort of meaningful way. 14-14, Iowa Colony and Randle are tied at the half. It has been a phenomenal ball game. We are going to take a quick break here on the Legacy Sports Network, and we'll come back and talk about that first half in just a minute.
Ready to ring in the new year with a bang? Top Dog Fireworks is your place with a massive selection of amazing, high-flying, colorful, professional-looking fireworks. Top Dog Fireworks offers great buy one, get one free deals on select fireworks from multiple categories. Can't decide on exactly what you want? Their staff can help you set up the most unforgettable fireworks show. Visit TopDogFireworks.com to find directions to a location near you. And the best selection in Houston, Top Dog Fireworks. Say it with a boom.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation, that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So, how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
22 minutes on the clock here at halftime at NRG Stadium. Iowa Colony and Randle tied at 14 apiece. Evan Geiger and Ken Moore in the broadcast booth for you here on the Legacy Sports Network. And Ken, that was a wild first half. What were your thoughts about that first half?
I mean, it was exciting, but it was very poorly played, to be quite frank, between two of the better teams in the state. I mean, this is a regional final game, and it's been played like it was a non-district game. I mean, a ton of penalties in this ball game, turnovers on each side, miscues on each side. I mean, both of these coaches are going to have a lot to discuss at halftime to get these teams to play better in the second half. I mean, 14-14 tied at the break, and it's been equally distributed by both ball clubs here in the first half.
So our scoring recap here. In the first quarter with 9:03 to go, we had a 3-yard touchdown run by Carson White. The extra point was good from Cruz. That made it 7-0 Iowa Colony. About 12 minutes later in the second quarter, a touchdown run of 3 yards by Keelan Sweeney got Randle on the board. The extra point was good by Mungaya. That tied it up 7-7. Then Randle took a 14-7 lead 4 minutes later with 4:07 to go in the second. A 7-yard touchdown run by Sweeney. The extra point from Mungaya was good again, made it 14-7. And then with 2:24 in the second quarter, a 24-yard touchdown pass from Carson White to Ian Hill with a good extra point from Cruz, made it 14-14. Both teams had a lot of opportunities that did not come to fruition. 2 turnovers from Iowa Colony and 1 from Randle. Well, what do you have for the stats-wise, Mr. Ken?
Yeah, I'm pulling those up right now. As far as each team, for Iowa Colony, they had 10 first downs in the first half. For Randle, they had 13. Total yardage, 189 yards for Randle, 109 on the ground, 80 through the air. For Iowa Colony, 166 yards of total offense, 78 on the ground, 88 through the air. For Iowa Colony, they had 2 turnovers in that first half, plus a miscue on a fake punt. As for Randle, they had 1 turnover in the first half. The Lions had 7 penalties for 45 yards. For Iowa Colony, they had 6 penalties for 10, 20, 50, 55 yards. So, not a well-played first half, but an evenly played first half. We said in the open that we thought this would be a tight ball game, much tighter than the ball game back in September, that Randle won 30-10. And I think this game is going to go down to the final 5 minutes to see who's going to come out on top and head to the state semifinals to take on Bernie next week.
Both teams made a lot of mistakes. I don't think there was a bigger mistake, though, than Carson White's interception near the goal line. Had a chance to go up 14-0, at least 10-0 with a field goal by Cruz, who's a very good kicker. I feel like you had to have that, and you couldn't turn it over there, and that was a really big mistake. But obviously so many penalties. You see, twice did Iowa Colony have a chance to get off the field, and then they had a penalty resulted in Randle scoring when they would have just got off the field.
Yeah. So you talk about the interception that the Iowa Colony had in the red zone. That takes points off the board. And then 2 critical penalties that kept drives alive for Randle that resulted in touchdowns. So that's potentially 17 to 21 points right there, where this can be a completely different ball game on the scoreboard. But as we say, it's been pretty evenly played statistically and by the mistakes.
Chris Johnson, the Baylor commit for Iowa Colony, had a huge sack. Would have made it 4th and 18, resulting in a punt from Randle. They call roughing the quarterback. They get first down. They go down and score a 3-yard touchdown run by Keelan Sweeney. And then they attempt a field goal and miss the field goal. This is Mungaya for Randle. They rough the kicker. They end up getting a first down, 1st and goal. They score a touchdown on a 7-yard run by Keelan Sweeney. That's 14-point swing there.
Yeah, absolutely. And so now the question is, what are the messages that these coaches are delivering to these players? Of coach for Brian Randle, he told us before the game, hey, we were in this exact same situation last year. We beat Huntsville in the regular season, saw them again in the playoffs, and we were not prepared. He says we will be prepared for this Iowa Colony team here tonight, but the Pioneers are giving them all that they can handle.
I think the big thing for me is Randle has just, I said this earlier, they have dominated everyone in the trenches. They have ran the ball down everyone's throats, and they have not allowed them even a chance of running the ball, and that does not happen against Iowa Colony. Iowa Colony has the athletes to compete with them. They just have to make fewer mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to take care of the football, got to minimize the penalties, and you have to take advantage of your opportunities when they are there.
Well said. 17 minutes on the clock left at halftime here at NRG Stadium. Evan Geiger and Ken Moore. We're going to take another break here on the Legacy Sports Network, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Texas.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the UIL.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Texas. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Texas needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back into NRG Stadium. 14 minutes left on the clock here during halftime. Iowa Colony and Randle tied at 14. And we're going to talk about some scores around the area, the regional finals round of the playoffs, fourth round. We're currently in the Elite Eight stage. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess that would be correct.
So trying to move on to the Final Four, and then so whoever wins this game is going to move on to the final four teams in their division, and then would play for a state championship if they win today and then win their next matchup. 3 wins away from a state championship, and both teams look, primed to make a run. Whichever one comes out of here, I think, is going to have a really good chance. The winner of this game is going to play, you said Bernie?
Yeah, the winner of this game will play Bernie next week. Bernie defeated Corpus Christi Miller in a basketball score, 65-50 last night. So they are watching this game here tonight. On the other side of the bracket in 5A Division II, Argyle and South Oak Cliff both won their ball games last night. They will play in Dallas next week in the other state semifinal for a trip to Jerry World and the championship out of the winner of this side of the bracket.
South Oak Cliff, a really, really good team. I don't know if either one of these teams can beat them or not. I haven't seen a lot of the other teams on the other side of the bracket, although I like their chances against Bernie. They gave up 50 points to Corpus Christi Miller, so I think whichever team wins this one will have a really good chance to make it to the state championship game. Obviously, you got to go out there and play the games. But we'll talk about some of the scores around the area. So Shiner Comanches beat Junction Eagles 27-0. Ganado Indians beat the Marlin Bulldogs 41-14. Those are some small towns. The Gunter Tigers beat the Holiday Eagles 33-7. The Joaquin Rams beat the Honey Grove Warriors 46-22. Bremond Tigers beat the Grapeland Sandies 45-14. Austin Westlake beat Lake Travis 24-17. I think that's two teams that have played quite a bit in that Austin area.
I think I've heard of them.
This sounds like a pretty good game. I don't know either of these towns, but Hamilton Bulldogs, they beat the Axtell Longhorns 15-14. So possibly some 2 or 3A football.
What were the name of those teams?
Hamilton Bulldogs and Axtell Longhorns.
And who won?
Hamilton won 15-14.
Which mascot won?
The Bulldogs.
They beat the what?
The Longhorns.
Oh my God. Oh my God. By the son of God. For those of you who don't know, the Georgia Bulldogs beat the Texas Longhorns today in overtime, 22-19. It is not a good day for yours truly. Continue, sir. You just had to pull a Bulldog and a Longhorn score on a day that Texas loses to Georgia again. This is the guy that I'm working with today, ladies and gentlemen. Just stabbing me in the heart.
You know, I had to say it about 7 times before I caught on. So Woodville, they're south of Houston. They beat Dangerfield 40-7. Malakoff, the Tigers beat Texarkana Liberty Ilau 35-0. That's a tongue twister. Tidehaven beat Lexington 35-21. The Munster Hornets, why aren't they the Cheeseheads or something? The Munster Hornets beat Collinsville Pirates 54-14.
I'm loving this. I've never heard of these places.
Me neither. The Brock Eagles beat the Graham Steers 12-10. I feel like it's automatically 1, 2, or 3A football when the score is like 12-10 or 15-14. Lavernia Bears beat the Bay City Black Cats 42-24. Bay City is south of Houston in the maybe Victoria area. Edna Cowboys beat the Llano Yellow Jackets 41-14. The Highland Park Scots beat the Frisco Lone Star Rangers 41-28. The Waco La Vega Pirates beat the Sealy Tigers 48-30. The Argyle Eagles beat the Lovejoy Leopards 42-17. There's a lot more scores than I thought.
I got some for you if you need some help.
The Carthage Bulldogs. Is it Carthage or Carthage?
Carthage, yeah, they're Power 3A.
Yeah. They beat the Van Vandals 53-14.
Nice.
Columbus Cardinals are currently beating the Franklin Lions 62-42 in the third quarter. Man, that's a basketball score. Obviously, we talked about Bernie beating Corpus Christi Miller 65-50. South Oak Cliff, we did talk about them a little bit. Them and P&G are some powerhouses in 5A, and South Oak Cliff dismantled P&G, beating them 56-14. Wimberley beat Centon 36-33. Kilgore beat Tyler Chapel Hill 30-6. Tyler Chapel Hill is a school that eliminated Iowa Colony in the third round last year in 4A. Salina beat Alvarado 55-21. Austin Vandegrift beat San Antonio Harlan 47-7. Duncanville, reigning champions in 6A Division I, beat Cypress Bridgeland 31-13. That's a Houston area school. Humble Summer Creek beat their district rival Kingwood 51-7.
Summer Creek got to the state championship game last year against DeSoto. That did not bode well for Summer Creek.
But DeSoto got eliminated, so
I saw
maybe some promising looks there for Summer Creek.
Yeah, Longview knocked off DeSoto 50-14 in a shocker.
Wow. DeSoto is a world beater.
So
that's crazy.
Look out for Longview.
North Shore, who we had on Legacy Sports Network, they beat Humboldt Atascocita. That's a twice-a-year matchup we see every year. They beat them 49-21. Smithson Valley beat Corpus Christi Flower Bluff 49-14. Smithson Valley will now play Angleton, who beat LaPorte earlier in the 5A Division I. Denton Ryan beat Aledo 31-21. I was talking to somebody earlier. They said Aledo's going to win it all. Well, Aledo got eliminated today. Angleton, we had this game earlier here at NRG. They beat LaPorte 24-21. And how about another basketball score? South Lake Carroll, the Dragons defeating the Denton Geiger Wildcats 56-45.
Wow.
And that's it. I'm out of scores.
All right, there you go. Time to take a break.
What was the Chris Berman thing, the fastest 2 minutes in football? That was the longest 10 minutes in football.
The longest 10 minutes of scores. around
was way
the state.
more. I did
It's a
not
big state.
Yeah. I didn't expect that many scores. Got them all out, though. We got about 7 minutes on the clock here at the half at NRG Stadium between Iowa Colony and Randle. Tied at 14. We'll take another break, and boy, do I need it. We'll be right back here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Dr. Steve Hotze. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you fed up with your doctor giving you drugs simply to mask your symptoms rather than treating the cause? As you age, I believe you should be brimming with energy, vitality, and enthusiasm for life. The Hotze Health and Wellness Center treats individuals from all over the country and world in an environment of extraordinary hospitality. We specialize in the treatment of allergies, yeast, replenishing natural hormones, vitamin and mineral supplementation, and a healthy eating lifestyle, all of which boost your immune system, increase your energy level, and your health span. If you'd like to obtain and maintain health and wellness naturally without pharmaceutical drugs, then contact one of our wellness consultants today at 281-698-8698 or visit HotzeHWC.com and request a free copy of my best-selling book, Hormones, Health, and Happiness.
There are only two names to know when buying or selling commercial or residential real estate property. Kim Walt and Danette Watuski in Houston with RE/MAX Results are those two names. As part of RE/MAX Results, Kim Walt and Danette Watuski make your transaction smooth. RE/MAX Results. #WantToMove. Congratulates all local high school athletes. Their phone number is 713-777-SOLD.
I have always dreamed of having one of those kitchens like on the cooking shows with white cabinets and marble countertops and double ovens. So at Thanksgiving, I don't have to play musical chairs with everyone's casserole dishes.
At Stellar Bank, we're all about making your dreams a reality. Whether you need a home improvement, a mortgage, or home equity loan, Stellar Bank's lending experts will help find the solution that's right for you. Visit stellar.bank/home to learn more. Stellar Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 451312.
Forming, rolling, punching, cutting, welding. If you know what I'm talking about, you know it's the Walk-Up Company. The Walk-Up Company has become the leading metal fabricator in the Houston area because we can offer you something few others can match. Extensive fabrication experience, a highly seasoned and skilled workforce, high-tech equipment, and the stability you want in tough economic times. Family owned and operated for years, so you know we'll be here for the long run. And our commitment to quality work and customer satisfaction makes the Walk-Up Company the right choice for you. Visit us at walkupco.com. That's walkupco.com. The Walk-Up Company. Your imagination, our fabrication.
Welcome back into NRG Stadium. Evan Geiger and Ken Moore on the call for you. About 4 minutes to go until the start of the third quarter. 14-14 Iowa Colony and Richmond Randle. Really tightly contested first half. Take a second to tell you about Challenge Office Products. They are a homegrown family business with local and national distribution. Since 1988, Challenge Office Products has successfully established a diverse base of loyal customers. Their team is experienced and committed to providing creative solutions for your office needs. Visit them on the web at challengeofficeproducts.com. Top Dog Fireworks, family owned and operated. Top Dog Fireworks has 14 locations in the greater Houston area. Go to topdogfireworks.com to find a location near you. Top Dog Fireworks supports the community and wishes the local high school athletes best of luck. Make memories and strive for your goals. Top Dog Fireworks, say it with a boom. Now, Ken, at the end of the game, we're going to have the Hotze Health and Wellness Center post-game show. Hotze Health and Wellness Center transforming lives naturally, and we'll get our Challenge Office Products player of the game during that time. And I know it's way too early, but anyone that's caught your eye so far?
Carson White has done pretty well for Iowa Colony at that quarterback position. He has a touchdown running. He has a touchdown throwing the football. He's been really effective taking care of the offense so far. He did have that one critical interception down near the goal line, but I think overall he's looked pretty good here so far in the first half. And then Sweeney on the other side for Randle. 2 touchdowns coming off the bench so far here in the first half, and he's done a good job as well. So should be an exciting second half.
I think Landon Williams-Callis has turned a whole lot of nothing into something. Every time they get him the ball in space, he makes guys miss and picks up 10 more yards than he should have. I think he's obviously the best player on the field pretty much every week. But Sweeney, I think right now is my guy with 2 touchdowns for Randle. That's just what it's looking like. Carson White has had 2 touchdowns as well, but the 1 interception, big detriment. And both these teams will make their way out onto the field. We have about a minute and a half before the start of the third quarter. We'll take another quick break, and we'll be right back for action here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Residential real estate property. Kim Walt and Danette Watuski in Houston with RE/MAX Results are those 2 names. As part of RE/MAX Results, Kim Walt and Danette Watuski make your transaction smooth. RE/MAX Results. #WantToMove. Congratulates all local high school athletes. Their phone number is 713-777-SOLD.
DeRoche Partners, LLP, located in Houston and Dallas, offers a complete range of tax assurance and consulting services to a diverse portfolio of clients. Their team is dedicated to the highest ethics of our profession with a commitment to excellence. This is accomplished by putting an emphasis on providing superior professional services specifically tailored to meet the needs of our clients. DeRoche Partners aim to provide valuable insight, effective solutions, and maintain long-lasting business relationships. Their high recruiting standards and culture of excellence is uncommon and unrivaled. They want to wish all the student athletes good luck. Visit DeRoche Partners on the web at dpllp.cpa.
Welcome back to NRG Stadium. Getting ready for the second half kickoff. 14-14 ball game here at the break. Randle will receive the second half kickoff. 5A Division II regional final. The winner to take on Bernie next week for a trip to the state championship. Our Colony getting ready to tee it up. Andy Cruz kicks it away. And that one will bounce out of bounds at around the 4-yard line. So that'll give Randle pretty good field position to begin this third quarter.
Kicking team. Ball be placed at the 30-yard line. First down.
Randle with 189 yards of total offense in that first half. 109 on the ground, 80 through the air. They had 13 first downs in the first half.
Randle will take over to start the third quarter at the 30-yard line. Sweeney is in the backfield with the running back on each hip. He's going to hand off to Williams-Callis going left side. Williams-Callis getting around the edge and picks up about 2 yards.
Great open field tackle, Henry Kalu. We've called his name a number of times tonight, and he's just able to grab Williams-Callis around the hip and bring him down, drop him for a short gain.
He looks like such a tough guy to tackle. I do not envy anyone on the Iowa Colony defense. 2nd and 8, and this is a handoff. No, Sweeney keeps it himself, gets the edge, breaks a tackle, and now it's slung down. A gain of a yard, maybe. Tackle was made, I believe, by Adrian Porter Jr. 3rd and 7 here.
Yeah, Golden in to get on the end on the stop as well, the outside linebacker. So 3rd and long coming up now here to begin this third quarter for Randle.
They don't have Skrabonic in at quarterback for 3rd and 7 here. Ball at the 33, need to get to the 40 of Iowa Colony. Let's see what they draw up. Motion a man out. Williams-Callis is the back, and Sweeney's gonna now decide to throw. He's going to try to reverse field. A lot of room to run, and he's tackled down around the helmet at the 35. A flag flies in.
Oh, man. Don't.
If that's a face mask, that is a backbreaker for Iowa Colony. Would have been 4th down. He was tackled either way, whether or not he grabbed his face mask.
Face mask.
Oh, my
Defense.
Lord.
15 yards from the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
That's the 3rd time, Kim.
It continues. 3rd time tonight that the defense would have been off the field for Iowa Colony, and they extended with a penalty. The previous 2 times, Randle went on to score touchdowns. We'll see what happens here as they'll scrimmage from the Texans logo at the 49-yard line.
Unbelievable penalty there. Would have been a punt. Clearly, Sweeney was down either way. This is a handoff to Sincere Timpson running left side, and he fights to get back near the line of gain, although he was hit about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. You can see the body language after that penalty. Iowa Colony was not happy with themselves.
Well, you got to stay engaged. You can't allow negative play to define the entire drive. You have to continue to play hard and try to get off the field against this tough, relentless offense of Randle.
2nd and 10. Sweeney still the quarterback. And it's going to be a handoff right up the middle. Williams Callis. No, that's a different running back. That's Burton, Deshaun Burton. And he picks up about 6 yards. Williams Callis not in there right now. I don't see him being used as a decoy or anything. Oh, the right tackle was way on the right side, and now he moves over to the left side. They got 4 offensive linemen to the left side, just 1, and now it's going to be a jet sweep here and sandwich near the line to gain. I think he might have gotten it. He needed 3, he got 4. That was, once again, Burton.
Yeah, so we've seen a lot of interesting formations by Randle here in this ball game. This time they put 4 offensive linemen outside the numbers, and they run a jet sweep over here to the right side. And a good job by Burton to pick up the 1st down.
Trips to the left, 1 running back there with Sweeney, a tight end on the right side of the line. 1st and 10 from the 40. Handoff. Sweeney keeps it himself. Sweeney outrunning defenders and slides at the 35 and takes a huge hit from Solomon. That looked like Aziz Al-Shire and Trevor Lawrence there.
Well, he didn't hit him in the head, thankfully, and Sweeney was able to get up. But you want to slide earlier if you're a quarterback. You don't want to put yourself in harm's way.
2nd and 6 from the 36. Trips to the left. This is he fakes it. He throws it out there and almost intercepted. Threw it behind the receiver. Jarvis Solomon was there, and it'll be 3rd and 6. They do a lot of, I would think, RPOs.
Sweeney is very good with the ball fakes inside, and that was an RPO there. Tried to go downfield, but the pass behind the receiver.
Sweeney, a really good running quarterback. Skrbonek has been in for more of the traditional passing situations this playoffs, but Sweeney do it all, kind of a Taysom Hill type player, and now he's looking to pass. A flag flies, finds a man, and once again Solomon was there in coverage. We'll see if the flag is on Randle. Would be 4th and 6 as that pass fell incomplete.
It's like every 3rd down we see a penalty marker.
Illegal formation. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
It's going to be 3rd and 11.
Wow, they take the penalty.
I would think you would decline there.
Absolutely.
Now Landon Williams-Callis will come onto the field for, I believe, the 1st time here in this drive. I am very shocked.
That is surprising.
Skrbonek is the quarterback back there with Williams-Callis, so apparently they're a package deal at this point. Two receivers on each side, and Callis on the right hip, the motion receiver over to the right side. Shotgun snap, Skrabonic rolling right. Oh, he hands off to Williams Callis at the last second, and a nice open field tackle by Adrian Porter Jr., and the decision to take the penalty does work out as they'll have to punt here. A loss of a yard on that play. That's not the first time they ran that counter, a late handoff. It worked earlier that time. Iowa Colony sniffed it out.
Yeah, great job by that Iowa Colony defense finally appearing to get off the field. Of course, we'll have to wait and see and make sure they don't commit a penalty here on the punt.
Oh, man. Anything and everything we've seen in this ball game. From the 42, the punt coming from Randle, and a low line drive. Jaden Warren will let it go, and Randle will touch it after it takes a Randle bounce, or an Iowa Colony bounce rather. It hit the 15 and then bounced back to the 17, so Iowa Colony will take over at the 17. Attention football fanatics, don't miss out on the opportunity to be a part of Texas football history, where dreams are realized, legends are born, and where unforgettable moments unfold before your very eyes. Mark your calendars for the UIL State Football Championships, December 18th to the 21st at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, where the best teams from 6-man to 6A leave it all on the field in the hopes of being named champion. For the latest updates and ticket information, head over to uiltexas.org/football. 1st and 10 from the 17, trips to the right. The motion Warren into the formation. White's going to take off and run. Oh, he jukes out Chase Sims, and he'll fall forward for a gain of maybe a yard.
Iowa Colony in the first half at 166 yards total offense, 88 through the air, 78 on the ground, 10 first downs.
2nd and 9 from the 18, their own 18. Still tied at 14 here, 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
They had 6 penalties in that first half for 55 yards. Already had another penalty here in the third quarter for an additional 15.
White will pull it out and run himself. He'll break a tackle and drag a defender up to the 25. So it'll be 3rd and 2. And the option working well for Iowa Colony. I'd love to see them run the ball with Carson White. He's one of the most athletic guys on the field.
Yeah, he is a tremendous runner. Had 755 yards on the ground as a ball carrier this year. 6.5 yards per carry, 17 touchdowns rushing the football.
He made it 18 earlier in this ball game. 2nd in the district behind only Landon Williams-Callis in rushing touchdowns. 3rd and 2, they motion a receiver into the formation. It's Miles. Now this is a handoff to Tenor, big hole. Tenor gets the first down, and this will be a gain of 6. Needed 2, got 6. So first down, Iowa Colony, keep those chains moving. That was a big hole.
That was a nice job by that offensive line, getting some push against this powerful front four of Richmond Randle.
Coach Garza and company have done a nice job scheming up plays here. Toss out to Tenor. Tenor gets around the edge and is dragged down to the 35, a gain of 4. Looks like it would have been a broken play, but he's able to weave his way around a defender who had blown up the play.
And they pull Eli Zondo that time from right to left. Good job defensively to hold it only to a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7, ball spotted at the 34, and looks like a timeout by Randle. Randle used their timeouts very early in the first half, using another here with 4:50 to go in the third quarter.
Very fast-paced third quarter. Randle had the football for almost 8 minutes on their opening drive. Iowa Colony got it with 7:03 to go here in the third quarter. We're at the 4:50 mark, 2nd and 7.
You know, Ken, it's a shame that one of these teams has to lose.
It really is. It really is, because these are both two very good ball clubs. We talk about Randle coming in undefeated on the season, 13-0. Iowa Colony, their only loss was to Randle in district play. They're 12-1 coming into this ball game. And It's going to be heartbreak on one of these sidelines, unfortunately, here when the clock strikes 0.
I don't think I've seen a team statistically as dominant as Randle was this year. 2nd and 7 from the 34. Need to get to the 41. Still on their own side of the field. White with a design quarterback run. He'll drag a tackler up to the first down marker. We'll see where they spot him. It looks like he'll be a yard shy. 6-yard gain makes it 3rd and 1.
He was able to drag the linebacker, Ryan Mallory, for an extra 3 or 4 yards after contact.
And Jalen Miller helped make that tackle, as well as Sebastian Garza. Took 3 Lions to bring down White, the big, strong, athletic quarterback. It's 3rd and 1. White in the shotgun with a running back on each hip. This goes to Mosley. Mosley goes right side, and he's dragged down for a loss. Oh, no. They finally spot him back at the 37. This would be 4th and 4, and it looks like they're going to punt. Man, I don't know about the play call there to go outside run on 3rd and 1. Had a lot of success running up the middle.
Yeah, you had a pack of Lions outside. Great pursuit to the football. Not allowing him to turn the corner. And Mosley, the third, takes a big loss. Iowa Colony is kicking away.
Cruz to punt. He's got all day. Long punt. Backing up the returner up to the 25. That's Sean Smith. Sean Smith cuts upfield and is dragged down about the 39-yard line. Smith had a huge punt return last week against Brenham that really kind of flipped the game on its head.
Yeah, that was a nice return there. 15 yards on the return up near the 40-yard line, so it'll be excellent field position for Randle. Still a 14-14 ball game. 3:24 to go here. NRG Stadium, Houston, Texas, site of the 5A Division II State Regional Final.
1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. That's a false start again. The offensive line for Randle cannot stop committing these penalties.
73 offense.
And it has really hurt them.
Remains 1st down.
Now, Iowa Colony has made a lot of penalties, but they haven't been in the false start variety. What's that, at least 5 false starts for Randle?
Yeah, let's make it half a dozen.
Man. They had 2 false starts back-to-back when they started with the ball at the 1. They ended up scoring anyway, so it doesn't matter. But, I mean, it was just, you have 1st and goal at the 1, moves you back to the 11. There's a handoff to Williams Callis. Beautiful spin move to evade a tackler, and Hayden Caston will drag him down near the original line of scrimmage. It should be 2nd and 11. He's like a created Madden player.
Yeah, exactly. Great spin move that time to shed the tackle of Buford, or excuse me, of Howard Jr. And then he was forced out of bounds after 4 yards.
Williams Callis not on the field right now. Sweeney's in there with empty formation, trips to the left, 2 to the right. And he's going to take off and run. And oh, a nasty juke move on Zeldon Golden to get him closer to the line to gain. Looked like Golden would have stopped him for about a 1-yard gain, and he just juked him out of his shoes.
Yeah, that was a great individual move that time by Sweeney.
That's a gain of about 8. It'll be 3rd and 2 from the 48. They need to get to exactly midfield, right in the middle of the Texans logo. Not Williams Callis in the backfield with Sweeney. The motion Sean Smith over. It's going to go to the running back right up the middle, and he's going to fight for extra yardage near the marker. He got hit behind the line, and they will call it a 1st down. Got just enough.
Oh, looked like a very favorable spot that time. Timpson fighting, got to that midfield marker where he needed to get to. And of course, as we mentioned, he's coming back from injury this year. He and Williams Callis formed a favorable 1-2 punch in the backfield this year. Timpson himself with 864 yards on the ground this season.
I'm shocked by how much Williams Callis has not been playing in this drive. A little quick pass out there to the receiver. That's Cedric McClintock. Nets him 4 yards. 2nd and 6 after the completion from Sweeney. But but Williams-Callis was in there on almost every play in the first half. Here in the second half, he's been out there for maybe 40% of the snaps.
Well, remember, this is a kid that hardly plays in the second half because they blow so many teams out. So he's not really used to a high snap count. So despite the amount of yards that he's rushed for, nearly 2,000 yards, he's done that in very minimal carries.
Hand off again to Timpson, and oh, it's blown up. What a play from Chris Johnson. A flag flies in. Chris Johnson, the Baylor commit, blew it up and drew him back for a big loss of about 6 yards. Williams-Callis will come back in. Timpson will check out, and we'll see what the flag is.
It's going to be a hold against Randle, so I'm sure they'll decline this penalty.
Instead of a loss of 10 and not a loss of down, it'll be a loss of 6 and a loss of down. Should be about 3rd and 12. We'll see officially, though.
Holding. 73 offense. That penalty decline. The result will be 3rd down.
Nick Ortiz commits the infraction there. So, yeah, 3rd and see officially where they mark it. 3rd and 12. Ball's at the 48. They need to get to the 40 of Iowa Colony. Maybe if they make it a manageable 4th down, they might go for it. But Skrabanek is back there. Empty formation, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Trying to get him to jump off sides. Did not work, so now he turns to the sideline.
Got man-to-man coverage across the board.
They got Hayden Caston one-on-one with Williams-Callis. Randle has to use a second timeout. They only have one left with 12 minutes and 16 seconds to go in this ball game. Tied at 14, and Randle has one timeout left.
That may come back to be very important in this ball game.
Coach Brian Randle has not been shy in this ball game to use his timeouts when he sees fit.
No, he has not. He sees a problem, he calls timeout to try to correct it, but he's only got one left in his back pocket now. We got 12 minutes and 16 seconds to go in this ball game.
Clock management could really come into play here between these two teams, tied at 14 right now. And really anybody's ball game, especially with the mistakes that have been committed. I mean, a single fumble or anything could just be the difference. 3rd and 12, ball at the 48, 2 yards away from midfield. Their own 48, need to get to the 40 of Iowa Colony for a 1st down. A running back on each hip for Skrabanek. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. See what they draw up here. They motion Williams-Callis out into the flat. And a shotgun snap. Skrabanek looking to pass. Fires it deep. Looking for Williams-Callis. And incomplete. Williams-Callis wants a penalty. None called. Macario Brackens was there in coverage. And Iowa Colony will seemingly take over.
Well, they were looking for the big play that they hit last week against Brenham, with Williams-Callis coming out of the backfield on a wheel route. This time he went in motion and went up the field on that far sideline, but excellent coverage on the back end. And that pass knocked away, and it'll force a punting situation once again for the Randle Lions.
Warren is back to return a high punt. Warren will call a fair catch at the 25, a really dangerous returner. And Iowa Colony will take over. 3 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Iowa Colony 14, Randle 14. And we are going to have one play before we go to the 4th quarter. Yet to see a single point in the second half. It was 14 and a half, still stands there.
Not sure we expected a defensive struggle also. Even though both teams are really good defensively, both teams are really good offensively as well.
Yeah. Both teams have so many weapons.
They only have one defender out here with 2 receivers to the right if they notice it. Oh no, they came back to the left.
Little screen pass there. It picks up a couple. That was Aiden Starling, who makes the catch on the screen. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 27 when we come back from a quick break. We'll see the start of the 4th quarter here at NRG.
At McCree Ford, we know you have a lot of choices on where to buy your next vehicle. We have spent over 70 years treating our customers like family, and our mission is still the same, to treat you with honesty, integrity, and respect. Come see us. There is no obligation to buy, and we can walk you through our transparent process. There are no surprises at the end. Plus, McCree Ford customers can take advantage of our free Loaners for Owners program. Come see why our customers say, McCree Ford, that's my dealer. Located on I-45 South, exit 19 in Dickinson, or shop McCreeford.com.
12 minutes on the clock, 14-14, a thriller through 3 quarters for Iowa Colony and Randle. And Iowa Colony has the ball at the 27-yard line, 2nd down and 8.
So last week was really the first close game that Richmond Randle has had all year. They were in a 21-14 battle with Brenham late in that ball game, and they hit a big 73-yard strike to Williams-Callis for the final margin of 28-14. They have not been in a tie game in the 4th quarter all season. They are in one tonight with their district rival.
And off to Aaron Tenner, who plows ahead for a couple of yards. Looks like it'll be 3rd and 5 with the ball spotted at the 30. Iowa Colony at the quarter break switching into the field. They're now moving from left to right. We are on the home side with the correct view of the Texans logo. Typical high school football venues have a home and away side. I've been to a few Texans games. There's no home side, really. There's Texans fans everywhere. There's whoever they're playing everywhere. 3rd and 5. They'll motion Martin Jr. into the formation and now back out again. White is going to roll out, and he's going to take off. No, he's going to throw it, nearly intercepted, just over the head of Sebastian Garza.
There was a lot going on that play. Randle was somewhat out of position, not set defensively, but they got good pressure on the quarterback and forced an errant throw. And that's going to be a 3 and out for Iowa Colony.
I think White was looking for Jaden Warren. Warren was standing on the sideline, just staring at him, out of bounds. He was the closest receiver. Punt from Cruz, looks like a good one. It'll move Smith back. It'll bounce at the 22, and Smith will pick it up at the 18 and immediately dropped. A great punt by Cruz, flips the field. A net punt of 52 yards. Great punt by Andy Cruz. Might not be a long kick in the NFL, but that's a long punt in high school.
Yes.
11:04 to go in the 4th quarter, tied at 14. Randle, takes over at their own 18. And off to Williams-Callis, and nowhere to go. A delayed handoff there. Just kind of moving in slow motion, and they'll lose a yard.
A very slow developing play in the backfield allowed the defense to get in and drop Callis Williams for a 1-yard loss. A little confusion at the mesh point between him and Sweeney.
That looked like a play you run when you first wake up and you're just trying to
get your first cup of coffee.
Yeah. 2nd and 11. This time Sweeney keeps it himself, pitches it out to Williams-Callis. Oh, and he fumbles it. Who's going to come up with it? Callis does. Oh, man. Trayshawn O'Neal had a shot at it, but Williams-Callis boxes him out, and they'll lose a lot.
That was a boom or bust play either way. If Callis Williams comes up with that pitch cleanly, he only has one man to beat on the outside, but he couldn't handle the pitch. It hit the turf, and he was lucky to fall on it at the 11. Otherwise, Iowa Colony would have been set up inside the red zone. But right now, Randle is in the danger zone.
Under 10 minutes to go here in the 4th. It's 3rd and 17. Skrabonic is in. Trips to the right, one to the left. He'll look to pass. Now he flings it out. No, he wanted to go to Williams-Callis. Instead, he went to Sweeney, and Sweeney will be tackled out of bounds at the 15. Sweeney comes up with a cramp, and he falls out of play.
Injury timeout, offense.
Sweeney came away with a big cramp there as he got near the original line again, a few yards shy. It'll be 4th and 13 as they tend to Sweeney. We're going to take a break and step out, and hopefully when we come back, Sweeney will be up on his feet and doing all right. Definitely that's the hope. We'll be right back here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Ready to ring in the new year with a bang? Top Dog Fireworks is your place with a massive selection of amazing, high-flying, colorful, professional-looking fireworks. Top Dog Fireworks offers great buy one, get one free deals on select fireworks from multiple categories. Can't decide on exactly what you want? Their staff can help you set up the most unforgettable fireworks show. Visit TopDogFireworks.com to find directions to a location near you. And the best selection in Houston, Top Dog Fireworks. Say it with a who.
I have always dreamed of having one of those kitchens like on the cooking shows with white cabinets and marble countertops and double ovens. So at Thanksgiving, I don't have to play musical chairs with everyone's casserole dishes.
At Stellar Bank, we're all about making your dreams a reality. Whether you need a home improvement, a mortgage, or home equity loan, Stellar Bank's lending experts will help find the solution that's right for you. Visit stellar.bank/home to learn more. Stellar Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 451312.
Welcome back into NRG, 9:36 on the clock. 4th and 13 from their own 15. Randle will have to punt, and if Iowa Colony can avoid a mistake, they might have really good field position. Miles and Warren with their feet at the 45. That punt is short. Back at the
piece of it.
Yeah, back at the 13, I thought maybe that ball had been contacted with. And they down it at the 35. One of the guys off the edge hit the punter, but wrapped him up and just kept him upright to try to avoid a penalty.
Yes. He did a good job to make sure he didn't get a roughing the penalty, but I think he may have got a paw on that football. So Iowa Colony now is going to be set up at the Randle 35-yard line, 9:26 to go in this ball game.
Neither team has really been able to execute offensively in this second half. Iowa Colony with a big opportunity. They just cannot turn it over here. They need to at least attempt a field goal. Handoff to Mosley running left side. Mosley breaks a couple tackles and he's cut down at the 32. Nice run there by Mosley. They'll give him the 31 in fact.
Yeah, nice job by Mosley running off that left side. Got a couple of nice blocks, but he was just able to shed a couple of tacklers on his own. Jake Simmons, the left tackle, got one block to kind of seal the edge, but Mosley did the rest.
Mosley gave Blake Thompson, a future Oregon State Beaver, a ride there. 2nd and 6, hand off to Mosley again, running left side, and he follows his blocks, but they push him backwards. No gain. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 31. And right now this stands about the end of the range of Andy Cruz. They did let him attempt a 48-yarder in this building last week. He did not hit it, though. So you'd at least like to pick up a couple more yards.
Yeah, it would be about 48, 49 yards from here.
Trips to the right, one to the left here on 3rd and 6 from the 31. Need to get to the 25 of Randle. White looking to pass. Throws a deep ball. And looking for Warren. Warren goes up. No flag. Miles got knocked down around the 10-yard line. The pass went to Warren, and no flag came in. And we'll see what Iowa Colony does on 4th and 6 from the 31.
There's one-on-one coverage on the outside against Pat Oliver. And Oliver, excellent coverage, got his head turned around, got his arm up to deflect the football. Excellent coverage on the back end.
Not going to attempt a field goal. They're going to line up and try to convert here on 4th and 6. 2 receivers on each side. Tenner's the backfield with White. White looking to pass. White's got time. White's going to throw it and overthrows Martin Jr. Randle erupts. I think White could have took off and run.
That's exactly what I was saying. He had ample opportunity to pull that football down and go get 6 yards, and he fired it high and out of bounds. And that is a critical turnover on downs after having excellent field position in plus territory at the 35-yard line of Randle, you won't have a better opportunity than that.
4 plays, 4 yards. And man, oh man, is this a back and forth defensive battle here in the second half. I feel like every time they get good field position and don't score, that's a loss because Randle is just a ticking time bomb waiting to go off with Williams-Callis and company. Sweeney will take the snap and run forward. He picks up a yard before he's just driven backwards by a host of Pioneers. Henry Kalu was in on that play.
Kalu and a host of Pioneers making that stop. Short gain.
2nd and 9, Skrabonic checks back in. Williams-Callis on his left hip. 2 receivers on each side. Need to get to the 41, their own 41 for a first down. Shotgun snap. Skrabonic pump fakes, looking to pass. Has a man and a low throw. Looks like it was caught and a first down there. Catch was made by Jackson Montalongo. Montalongo had a touchdown catch last week against Brenham, but has had a quiet night so far here tonight at NRG.
That was an excellent catch going low to grab that football before it hit the turf.
1st and 10 from the 42. Needed 9 on that last play, got 10. And Skrabonic hands off to Williams-Callis. Williams-Callis changes directions. He's being held by Chris Johnson and breaks away from Chris Johnson and is now tackled out of bounds at the 29. A flag flies in, and I sure hope this is not against Iowa Colony.
What could the flag possibly be for?
Face mask is all I could think.
All they had was his jersey.
Face mask or block in the back, that's all I can think.
Personal foul. Face mask.
Oh my goodness.
29 defense.
Oh my
15
Lord.
yards from the previous
I gotta
spot.
see this.
Automatic first down.
Because they had him bottled up for a 12-yard loss minimum. There was nowhere for him to go.
That's a backbreaker.
And I don't know if we'll see a replay here at NRG, but oh my God, I don't know about that call.
That's another backbreaker, and Williams-Callis, shout out to him. I mean, he just would not go down. Stayed up long enough to eventually apparently get his face mask grabbed, but that is a huge, huge swing. What would have been a loss of about 6 or 7 turns into a huge gain.
Oh, that was a 12-yard loss. And now it turns into a 15-yard gain.
Chris Johnson just drove him backwards like he was pushing the sled, and Williams-Callis kept churning his feet, wouldn't go down. Now they take over 1st and 10 at the 43 after the penalty. Williams-Callis shrugs off a tackler and is wrapped down from behind at the 21. A gain of 22 yards for Williams-Callis, probably his best run to date in this ballgame.
Well, it's just a backbreaker of a penalty that really takes the momentum away from your ball club. Now you got to find a way to muster and bow up and try to keep Randle out of the end zone, try to force him to a field goal attempt.
Kalen Simmons with a touchdown saving tackle, number 22 on the 22-yard gain. Now they line up in the pistol. Skrabonic has 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and they'll motion a guy in. Williams-Callis is the back behind him. Looking to pass Skrabonic, he just slings it out to Williams-Callis. Williams-Callis looking to pass, has a man, and he underthrows him. That bounces off the turf. Looking for Montalongo.
Well, I don't think passing is the forte of Williams-Callis. That ball was about 5 yards underthrown. Receiver was pretty well covered as well as they tried the halfback pass, so probably better that the pass was underthrown and not in the vicinity of a defender to get it picked off.
Randle has got very creative in this ballgame with a lot of their play calls. 2nd and 10. Hand off to Burton. Burton runs forward, and Chandler Love is there to make the tackle after a gain of 2 yards. Love, 130 tackles entering this ballgame. That was 36 more than anyone else, and the people behind him with 94 and 88 were his teammates. Love is a tackling machine. And his stop will have 3rd and 8 for Randle. Ball at the 20. Clock at 5.5 minutes to go. Tie ball game, 14-14 still.
So with the Pioneers line up here defensively,
Coach Garza calls a timeout. Iowa Colony will have 2 left.
Iowa Colony.
Randle has
First
1
charge
timeout
timeout.
left. 3rd and 8,
Full timeout.
5:26 to go. Ball at the 20-yard line. We'll take a very short break here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Legacy Sports Network, now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting excellence. We are your home for local high school sports coverage. Expect excellent audio and video production. Whether you're listening at home or at the game, find us at lsnsports.com. Legacy Sports Network, building a legacy one game at a time.
Welcome back into NRG Stadium, 5:26 to go. And a big 3rd down and 8 here for Iowa Colony and Randle both. Randle has the ball inside the red zone at the 20-yard line of Iowa Colony. Pioneers have got to try to hold them to a field goal attempt here or a 4th down conversion. 4th and medium at least. Sweeney in the backfield, hands off to Williams. Callis, no, he keeps it himself, running left side, and he's going to get upended at the 14. He's 2 yards shy. It'll be 4th down and 2 from the 14. And what are they going to do? It looks like they'll attempt a field goal maybe.
Yeah, that was a great open field tackle by Hayden Caston, the outside linebacker, coming up to make that hit.
Or they're going to go for it. I thought they were going to try to kick a field goal, but they sent out some different personnel, subbed out about 5 people. Now they're going to line up in an I again, and Williams Callis will be the Wildcat quarterback on 4th and 2, and this is a huge play. We'll see if the Pioneers can stop them. Now they'll motion guys all out. And who calls the timeout here? What's the play?
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
They took too long to get the play going.
This is the 3rd time that's happened. They've tried that 3 times now, and it has not worked once. Have they even got a snap off?
It really takes a long time. You try to get everyone in the game and then get everyone lined up. Now you make this a little bit more difficult field goal attempt.
On 4th and 7, Mungaya is going to attempt a 32-yarder.
37. 36.
Yeah, 36, you're right. The snap, the kick, it's up. It is off the upright and bounces out.
Oh my goodness, a double doink.
It hit the top left of the upright and then bounced and hit the crossbar and bounced out.
Holy cow.
Unbelievable.
Was that a Chicago Bears?
Wow.
Primetime game?
20-yard line, 1st down.
They had a double or triple doink in the playoffs. The Bears did. I think it was, who was the kicker, Santos or Suckup?
Oh my goodness, a double doink at NRG, and Iowa Colony is going to have a chance with the football and 4:32 left to pull off a stunner.
If they could drive, take a lot of time off the clock, and kick a field goal, they could win. Currently 14-14, 4:32 to go. Carson White gets the snap and runs left side. Carson White breaks a tackle and down. A 1st down and then some. A 16-yard pickup for Carson White. Down to the 36.
Number 21, defense. Helmet came off. Please reset the play clock to 40 seconds. 40, please.
That is only the second 1st down of the second half for Iowa Colony. They've had 2 consecutive 3-and-outs after their first possession.
Pioneers have made some mistakes, but all of that is gone. We are a 0-0 ball game, 4 minutes to go, and they are in the driver's seat if they can just mount a drive here. Ball at the 36, hand off to Tenner. Tenner plows into the defensive line and picks up 2. 2nd and 8 from the 37 now. Clock rolls under 4 minutes. Iowa Colony has 2 timeouts. Randle has 1. If I'm Iowa Colony, I am taking my time. No need to rush here.
Richmond and Randle, they're going to have to dig deep into that experience they gained last year in the loss against Huntsville and the experience that they gained last week in the tight win against Brenham.
So far, Iowa Colony has outrushed Richmond Randle by 6 yards. I did not have that on my bingo card. 2nd and 8, and they blow it dead. Of timeout, Iowa Colony.
Timeout, Iowa Colony. Second charge timeout. Please put 3:18 back on the game clock. 3:18.
The game clock will have 3 minutes and 18 seconds. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 37, and both teams will be left with just one timeout. And not sure entirely how I feel about the timeout there, but man.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he thought it was going to be a delay of game, but it was 2 seconds left when they snapped the football. So they were not in danger of having a penalty there, but now both teams down to one timeout.
So apparently Iowa Colony's outrushed Randle by 23 yards. They've outgained them by 35 yards. Outpassed them by 12, and they're a first down short of Randle's 16 first down. So 2nd and 8 after the timeout from the 37. 3:18 to go. White takes the snap, hands off to Tenner. Tenner runs right into a defender, and that'll be no gain. 3rd and 8.
Yeah, I think that was Jaquin Parker coming up from his linebacker spot to make that stop. Chance Sims was there just in case he got away, but no need.
This is a big spot in this ball game. Iowa Colony needs a first down like they need oxygen. Trips to the right, one to the left. Tenner on the right hip. White dropping back to pass. Looking, has Warren. Oh, overthrows Warren and Miles, who were crossing. And it's going to be 4th and 8. Iowa Colony will have to punt. Unbelievable. Just like that. 2:39 to go, tied at 14.
Well, it was 14-14 at halftime. Neither offense has been able to move the football here in the second half.
An interesting formation for Iowa Colony. They have 3 people blocking on each side, 1 center, and then the punter Cruz. Now everyone will motion back in. Not sure if they just punt this, what would be the benefit of that. And Cruz will get the punt off. Not sure what all that was for, but a good punt, bounces at the 24, and it will take it just dies at the 24. So Randle will take over at the 24, their own 24, with 2:28 to go.
Well, for Randle in this half, they've had the football 4 times. They have a total of 5 first downs. At least 1 by penalty.
Yeah, just 1 for Iowa Colony, I believe.
Iowa Colony has 2 first downs in a half. So a defensive struggle.
Trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right, running back on the left hip. I believe that's Skrabonic, the quarterback. See what they do here. Shotgun snap, looking to pass. Looking for a man way out wide is Montalongo. Montalongo down the left sideline. He's short of the first down marker. They'll actually give it to him. I thought he stepped out a yard before, but no, they give it to him, a first down. And the clock stops at 2:22. Remember, both teams just have 1 timeout left.
That was a good, strong throw all the way across the field on the money.
Trips to the left, 1 to the right. The motion, Sean Smith into the formation. Now will go to the right side. Skrabonic hands off to Williams Callis. Williams Callis splits a hole. Williams Callis upended at the 48. Another first down, back-to-back first downs, a 14-yard gain for Williams Callis. The clock will roll once they get the chain set. Clock nearing 2 minutes. They have receivers doubled up, 1 in front of the other on both sides. Williams Callis on the right hip of Skrabonic. Now Callis goes out into the flat. Now looking for a pump fake is Skrabonic. Skrabonic is going to throw it up high and out of bounds.
Quarterback was outside the pocket. Number 1 was in the area. There was no intentional grounding.
You heard it from the official, no intentional grounding there. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 49. A yard away from midfield, 1:50 to go, tied at 14.
They tried to find Williams Callis over on that right sideline on the scramble drill. Had him open, but It's overshot out of bounds.
Randle has been using and abusing the shoulder pump fake from the quarterback, trying to get the cornerbacks to bite in all night long. It hasn't worked out many times so far. 2nd and 10, they motion a man back into the formation. He go over to the left side, hand off to Williams Callis. Williams Callis is cut down after a gain of 2. Gets across midfield to the other 49. It'll be 3rd and 8.
What a game by Henry Kalu. Another tackle inside. He's going to need the cold tub tonight or tomorrow when he wakes up.
Clock rolls under, a minute and a half to go in the 4th quarter. Skrbonek back there, 2 receivers on each side. Williams Callis on his left hip, 3rd and 8. Need to get to the 41. They motion another guy across. It's Sean Smith. Skrbonek in a high snap. He's going to roll out left. Fires it and hits Montalongo, who gets a foot down. A 1st down for Randle. A great throw to Skrbonek on the run, from Skrbonek on the run to Montalongo. They needed 8. They got 11.
Well, they waited all game to get Montalongo involved in the action, and he's made a couple of critical catches here on this drive with 1:12 to go in this ball game as they inch closer to field goal range.
1st and 10 from the 37, a minute 12 to go here in the 4th quarter, tie ball game. Full house formation, Sweeney hands off to Williams Callis, running right side. Williams Callis, they make contact and they push the pile a little further, a gain of 4 down at the 34-yard line. 2nd and 6 upcoming here, the clock will roll. Randle's got to manage the clock well. They have 1 timeout. They at least need to get a field goal attempt after the double doink from Mungaya did not put them ahead just a few minutes ago.
And if you're Iowa Colony, you got to think about maybe taking your timeout at some point.
Sweeney with a high snap, hands off to Williams Callis, who reverses field. Williams Callis spin move and falls, a loss of a yard. 3rd and 7, clock under 30 seconds. See if anyone calls a timeout. I think they will after this play if they're tackled in bounds and attempt a long field goal. I think Mungaya has pretty good range. Play clock or game clock at 14, 13, 12. Hand off to Williams Callis. No, he's looking to pass. Sweeney looking deep. Oh, and he's going to take a sack. Oh, my Lanta! Adrian Porter Jr. brings him down. And Randle calls a timeout with 3 seconds left. We might have overtime at NRG.
Wow, what a play coming in.
Timeout. Randle, that's our final charge timeout of the 2nd half. Game clock operator, please put 6 seconds back on the game clock. 6.
Adrian Porter Jr. able to get into the backfield and make that sack. So now you have to go for a Hail Mary if you're Randle. At the 44-yard line, you don't have enough time to pick up this 4th down. It's 4th and 17. That's going to take more than 6 seconds to pick up. So this ball has to go into the end zone.
Ball spotted at the 44. They need to get to the 27, so 4th and 17 indeed. 6 seconds left. If they complete a Hail Mary for a touchdown, I will eat my hat. Chris Johnson trying to get the Iowa Colony fans on their feet. The Baylor commit. Skrbonek in the backfield.
Iowa Colony has 1 deep safety.
Looking to pass, Skrbonek rolling right, fires it over the middle. Oh, they try a hook and ladder. He finds a man, just needs to be tackled short, and he is at the 9! Cedric McClintock had 1 man to beat. The defensive back was backpedaling, running away from McClintock, just trying to play center field, and he makes the tackle as the 4th quarter ends.
At the 5-yard line. I mean, he had the opportunity to probably pitch it out because he had Williams Callis as well as Sean Smith to his right, running down the sideline about 5 yards behind him. If he could have pitched that ball out, I think one of those guys gets into the end zone. Wow.
Chandler Love, leading tackler in the district by a mile, makes one of the biggest tackles of the game, a touchdown-saving tackle, and Randle, how about the play call there? That almost worked out.
That was tremendous. Overtime, partner.
Free football from NRG.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Well, we said in the open, we expected this to be a tightly contested contest that would likely go down to the final 5 minutes. Now we get bonus time.
The referees all conferring at midfield on the Texans logo to talk about overtime. I'm assuming we'll hear the referee tell you some of the overtime rules. Coach Garza will go out and talk to some of the officials as well. What do we need to know, Mr. Kenmore, about overtime here in high school football? This is my first time seeing it in quite some time.
Well, they're going to start at the 25. They'll have a coin flip to see. The coaches will come out for the coin flip. The winner will likely defer and go on defense.
Coach Brian Randle is out there with Coach Ray Garza, opposing head coaches. And I feel like this is one of those things that just goes to chance. You want to be the team that's on defense, like you said. Losing the toss could really just be the difference in the ball game. Official mic's not on right now. I'm sure they'll tell us as soon as it's decided.
Gentlemen, welcome to playoff overtime. Go ahead and shake hands. Your choices are going to be offense, defense, or what side of the field you want to play on. In the second overtime, you will have to go for 2. In the third overtime and on, there were only 2-point conversions.
College
Colony. Randle, your visitors. UIL is heads. State is tails. You want tails. Our Colony has won the toss and will play defense first.
Wow.
We will play on this end. Good luck, gentlemen.
That could be the difference in the ball game, Mr. Kenmore. And obviously they're going to follow the same overtime rules as college.
Yep.
So you get into 25, you score a touchdown, you're free to kick an extra point or go for 2, whatever you choose. You kick a field goal, that's fine. Second overtime, you have to go for 2.
Yep.
So if both teams score a touchdown, they both have to go for 2. And then the third overtime and on are only 2-point conversions. Now, if anybody watched the Georgia Tech game a few weeks ago, it went to 8 overtimes. They had 3 straight overtimes where neither team could convert a 2-point conversion.
Well, it gets increasingly more difficult to complete 2-point conversions as you go on. I'm a proponent of, if you go on defense first and the offense scores a touchdown, when I get the ball, if I score, I'm going for 2 right then and there. I'm not extending it out. That's the advantage of winning the coin toss. Most coaches don't do that. They'll just kick the extra point and keep playing. But the advantage you have if you're Iowa Colony, if Randle scores, now you have the ability to score and go for 2 and end the ball game.
Oh, false start.
Oh, wow. It's starting like we
False
began.
start. Number 73 offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Right tackle Nick Ortiz commits the infraction. They'll move it to the 30. So 1st and 15 from the 30. Ortiz hearing it from the guys in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Running back on each hip of Sweeney. Sweeney hands off to Landon Williams-Callis. Williams-Callis cuts up into the 24. Still on his feet down to the 18. A fantastic run by Williams-Callis to pick up 8 or 9 yards that weren't there.
Yeah, they'll give him a total of 11. They'll mark him at the 19. So it'll be 2nd down and 4.
Great run after the penalty. In the shotgun and hand off to Williams-Callis right up the middle. And he's near the 1st down marker, a yard shy. It'll be 3rd and 1.
I think you just lean on your horse right here. Landon Williams-Callis.
I'm sure this is the first overtime game that Randle has played all year, probably the same for Iowa College.
Without a doubt.
3rd and 1. See if this defensive front 7 can stop him here on 3rd and 1. Sweeney in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands off to Williams Callis, big hole. Williams Callis sandwiched between two Pioneers, but he picks up 6 yards. It'll be 1st and goal from the 10.
Great job by that offensive line inside the center, Chance Hernandez, with a great block to get Williams Callis to the second level.
1st and goal from the 10. First possession of overtime, still tied at 14. And Williams Callis gets the handoff, runs into a wall, and is stopped for no gain. 2nd and 10. Tackle was made there by Daniel Swiney. We have not seen a score since 2:24 left in the second when Carson White found Ian Hill to tie it up at 14. Now been over 2 quarters without a score.
Skrabonic just came back in at quarterback for Sweeney. Well, Sweeney's still in. Skrabonic in at, no, I'm sorry.
That was a tight end number 18.
Tight end 18, my bad.
2nd and 10. 2nd and goal from the 10, rather. They fake the handoff to Smith. It's Sweeney running, and Sweeney will have to reverse fields, and he slung forward for a yard. They'll actually call it no gain. 3rd and goal from the 10. Hayden Caston got ate up on the block by Williams Callis, but Kalu was there with Porter Jr. to stop him for no gain on back-to-back plays. And Iowa Colony standing firm now. Skrabonic does check in.
And they have to get a touchdown. They cannot get a 1st down.
3rd and goal from the 10. Skrabonic with Williams Callis on his left hip, trips to the left, 1 receiver right. Big play here. Skrabonic looking to pass, looking left, fires, and hits a man, and he crawls into the end zone. That's Sweeney. A 3rd touchdown for Sweeney, this time as a receiver. Sweeney was wide open at the goal line. Unbelievable.
I mean, it's unbelievable. They're playing man-to-man defense on the outside, 3 receivers against 3 defensive backs, and none of the defensive back went to cover Sweeney, who's standing all by himself at the goal line. A complete breakdown by Iowa Colony on the back end.
Extra point going to be attempted from Mangaya here to make it a 7-point lead. The kick is up, and it is good. 21-14. Randle leads here after half of an overtime period. We'll see Iowa Colony with the ball when we come back here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Blue Sky IT Partners solves your toughest technology challenges so you can capitalize on your biggest business opportunities. We're in the business of creating clarity and challenge solving. We are experts in telecom, cloud, and cybersecurity, and we help you navigate the moving target that is today's IT landscape. Visit our website at blueskyitpartners.com. Blue Sky IT Partners, creating clarity, delivering impact.
Welcome back into NRG Stadium. Evan Geiger and Ken Moore. Overtime 1. A 10-yard touchdown pass from Skrabonic to Sweeney makes it 21-14, and Iowa Colony has been dealt their fate. They need a touchdown and an extra point to tie. Start at the 25. Moving from left to right. And a low snap discombobulation. Carson White is tackled at the line of scrimmage. They were not ready for that snap, Ken.
No, they weren't. Good job by Carson White just to get the low snap and pick it up, get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Getting the play call. Tenor is in the backfield with White. Warren is one-on-one with Thompson.
Play clock down to 10.
Play clock at 5. The motion to Cody Miles into the formation, now back out. Hand off to Tenor. Tenor goes left side, runs to his own man, and is tackled for a loss. It's going to be 3rd and 13.
He ran into Tazy, the left guard, and bounced backwards.
Randle 2 stops away from winning this ball game and moving on to face Bernie.
Each team gets 1 timeout in overtime.
White, oh, that's a false start. Oh, man. It's going to be 3rd and 18. Discombobulation not together.
Number 56 offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Chukwuemeka Tazy with the false start. Ball is back at the 33, and Iowa Colony has to take a timeout.
Iowa Colony. Final charge timeout of overtime.
That's not the way that Iowa Colony needed to respond after the touchdown.
Well, ball at the 33. So here you want to pick up about half. You don't need to get into the end zone here. You want to try to get inside the 20, maybe around the 15-yard line to give yourself a reasonable shot at the end zone. Well, actually, they only need to get to the 15 to pick up a first down. So it's 3rd and 18. So if you can pick up half of it here, maybe about 10 yards, then you can set up a manageable 4th down.
Something I've seen Iowa Colony do a lot this year. On 3rd and long, instead of trying to pick up the first down, they just throw a deep ball. Do you think that's something they could do here?
I would try to pick up half of it here, make it more manageable. Maybe you get Carson White outside the pocket.
Tenor will split out, empty set, looking to pass. White, pressure in his face. He steps up, and its ball comes out, and Randle falls on it. A flag comes in.
Flag on the play. It should have been a beanbag. Ball game's over.
Oh, my Lord. Randle comes away with the ball, knocked out by Carson White. The flag was on Iowa Colony.
The ball.
Randle erupts.
The ruling on the field said it was recovered by the defense. That's the end of the ball game. What did you have? Did you have a fumble?
It's going to be officially ruled a fumble and a recovery by Randle. That's going to be the 4th turnover, the 3rd turnover of the night by Iowa Colony. And that is going to seal their fate as they will get swept by their district rival in a thriller here at NRG.
That is heartbreaking, Ken. Heartbreaking. A great season for both teams. Obviously, somebody had to lose. Iowa Colony, they had opportunities in this ballgame to win this ballgame, and they just couldn't execute when they needed to. Randle, a great victory. They played well. They made some mistakes as well, but obviously a super dominant team in the trenches. They ran the ball at will. They stopped the run of Iowa Colony when they needed to. Just a heartbreaking loss for Iowa Colony. Carson White, all the guys, the first-time seniors for Iowa Colony playing their last football game. Definitely feel for those guys. 21-14, Randle wins it. We're going to take a break, and when we come back on the Hotze Health and Wellness postgame show, we'll get our Challenge Office Products Player of the Game.
Now for your Wellness Minute with Dr. Steve Hotze.
The Christmas season is a joyous time of year. Get-togethers and celebrations with family and friends bring out the season's cheer. The holidays can also be stressful, particularly for those suffering from hormonal decline and imbalances. Fatigue, weight gain, brain fog, insomnia, mood swings, joint muscle aches and pains are just some of the symptoms associated with hormonal decline. At the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, we specialize in helping people get to the root cause of their symptoms, including stress and anxiety. I believe that you and every individual needs a provider and staff of professionals who have the know-how and the wherewithal to coach you on a path of health and wellness naturally, so that as you mature, you have energy, vitality, and enthusiasm for life, so that you can enjoy the holidays and the upcoming new year. I'm Dr. Steve Hotze.
Take the holidays back naturally at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center. Call for your free consultation, 281-990-4793.
Welcome back into NRG Stadium. At the end of overtime, Randle wins it 21-14 over Iowa Colony. The UIL Texas High School Football Playoffs on EllisonSports.com is a production of the Legacy Sports Network. any rebroadcast or retransmission of this game without the express written consent of the Legacy Sports Network is strictly prohibited. Announcers are paid by LSN Sports. Now, Mr. Ken Moore, obviously Randle wins the ball game 21-14. They had 314 total yards to Iowa Colony's 249. Just one turnover to Iowa Colony's 3. And then obviously another turnover on downs on the punting miscue. So really 4 turnovers if you want to think about it that way.
Yep.
22 first downs to Iowa Colony's 15. And we didn't see a single score in the second half. It took until overtime, a 10-yard touchdown pass from Skrabonik to Sweeney to put Randle up 21-14. And I think that leads us into our Challenge Office Products Player of the Game. I think it's clear.
Yeah, absolutely. Keelan Sweeney, 3 touchdowns on the night, 2 on the ground, a 3-yard touchdown run, a 7-yard touchdown run, and then the game-winning touchdown reception in overtime gives Randle a huge win as they'll head now to the state semifinals, against Bernie next week. But Keelan Sweeney, our player of the game.
Great performance from Sweeney with the 3 touchdowns, as you mentioned. Both teams really had a puncher's chance in this one. Randle comes out on top. They executed good enough to get the victory here, and they're a fantastic team. Iowa Colony, obviously a great season, a great young program. Both teams in their 3rd and 4th years, just really impressive how fast they have grown. They both had a losing season their first year and then quickly switched from losing season to winning season. Last year, they both were, 10-plus win teams. Now they make it to the 4th round. Iowa Colony loses here, and Randle's going to move on to be at least a top 4 team in 5A Division II in the state of Texas.
Yeah, and just an incredible ball game here tonight from a competition standpoint. Great sportsmanship on both sides. Great fan bases that showed up and were very loud in this humongous stadium here tonight, cheering on both of these ball clubs. And this is going to be a tremendous rivalry for years to come between Iowa Colony and Richmond Randle.
We want to thank both coaches, Coach Randle and Coach Garza, for talking to us pregame. They took time out of their busy schedules to chat with us and tell us a lot about their teams and this ball game. Coach Garza has talked to me the past 4 weeks. Big thanks to him. Coach Randle, we hope to cover again next week. But big shout out to them as they dump the ice bucket on Coach Randle, who the school is named after his dad. Really a great story for Coach Randle. And then Coach Garza's an Alvin ISD lifer. He's been at Alvin, Manville, Shadow Creek, and now Iowa Colony, building a great program. Two great head coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about Coach Brian Randle, his dad, Dr. Thomas Randle, who's the former Lamar Consolidated ISD superintendent, the first African-American superintendent for Lamar Consolidated ISD, and they named the school after him. And to have his son coach this program in just 4 years to the state semifinals is something that family has to be very proud of.
Great story for Randle. Iowa Colony falls short 21-14 here at NRG in overtime. That will do it for us here on the Legacy Sports Network. Evan Geiger and Ken Moore, have a great night and take it easy. We'll catch you next week. And stay tuned for all the high school football action as we take you all the way to state. Thank you so much for listening here on the Legacy Sports Network.
You've been listening to the UIL Texas High School Football Playoffs on the Legacy Sports Network. Copyright 2024.